Hi. Hello. Hi. Hold on. So, I'm still eating breakfast. So, you guys are going to be eating breakfast with me while I set things up. But, hello. How are you? I hope you're all doing well. Hi, hi. Oh, Adora! Yeah, Adora! How is everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. Um, I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Give me a second. No, I gotta fix my mic real quick. There we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, yeah. How are we doing? Are we doing good? We good now? Okay, that's good. That's good. Hello. So the question is, how are you feeling? So, while I'm eating, let me just tell you guys, I've been feeling okay because it's the start of the last week we have together, and I have been feeling a little bit, I guess you could say, like sad, obviously. A little bit melancholic as well. I think I've been having a lot of doubts about my decision and about, what I chose to do and what I chose to do being graduating, right? I have been feeling a little bit sad and, I'm not too sure, like, I don't know. I've just been feeling a little bit sad. Not just a little bit, but very sad actually. I've been feeling a lot of self-doubt and kind of a like, can I take back what I wanted to do? But I know at the end of the day, I will still go through with it. It's just like these last minute these last minute like doubts and worries, I guess, that I have. I think that is natural because it's a big change. I spent so long of my life, well, not so long. I spent like a couple of months preparing to debut, preparing to be Adora, and I remember the entire process of designing myself, of designing Adora, and choosing my name. And sorry, just like meta talk for. I'm gonna break the fourth wall for a bit. Okay, no kayfabe. Not that I, not that I really kept up kayfabe anyway, but I remember the months that I spent designing myself, choosing my name, um, remembering how remembering how I like desperately, I so desperately wanted to be Ichiso Mama's daughter. And I am, and I got to be, and now I am kind of leaving it behind. And it wasn't an easy decision to make. It really wasn't. But I don't know. It's just like there should be a reason why you made the decision. There are a couple of reasons. But the main thing that I decided was that I had to do what was best for me. And in the big picture, in the long run, I had to do what was best for me. Even if it hurt like hell, which it did. It does. It hurts. It sucks. I hate it. I wish I didn't have to make it, but at the end of the day, I had to make the decision for myself. Sorry, let me clear my throat. Yeah, so at the end of the day, I don't want, I obviously think nobody ever makes this decision lightly, correct? And for me especially, for those of you who don't know, I've been wanting to be corporal for years now. I was auditioning since 2020, and I finally got in last year, so that was about 4 years of auditioning. Well, I took a break from auditioning for a while, but the first time I ever auditioned for a company was in 2020. And so it took me 4 years to get here. It took me 4 years to become corporal, because it was my dream. It was always my dream to get in company, to have the connections and the opportunities that would not be offered to me otherwise, because I was indie. So I guess I've just been very sad. I've been doubting myself a lot, wondering if it was truly the right decision for myself. Like, I know that I know that it is. I know that it's the right decision at the end of the day. Like, no matter what changes, no matter how I feel about it in the future, I know, and I have always known in my heart, that it was the right decision to make. But at the same time, it doesn't make it any easier coming to terms with it. Coming to terms with the fact that I have to leave all of this behind in like a year, in like 4 months, I have to leave it all behind. But it's for the best. At the same time, I just like feel like, what if I never like what if I'm making a big mistake? Right? What if I'm throwing all of this away for nothing? What if I was wrong about what if I was wrong about how I feel? Like, what if I was wrong about wanting, like, what if I was wrong about it being the best decision for me? What if this is it? As stupid as it feels like my time is running out, and it feels like I won't be able to achieve my dreams, because I still have dreams. I still have very, very big dreams, and my dreams that I have had for so long, for years, they have remained unchanged. They are still there. I still have these dreams that I want to accomplish no matter what. And I'm not gonna just let them go, but what if this is it? What if this is my last shot at achieving my dreams? What if there's no more time for me? And I know, I always say that it's never too late for you to start. It's never too late for this, for that. It's never too late, right? But there is still that nagging fear in the back of my head. Like, what if this is it? And these 4 months are the only time that I ever got close to achieving my dreams. And that's a scary thought. It's a scary thought that's like, what if I don't ever, I don't know, like, what if I don't, like, I don't know, what if with whatever I choose to do from now on, you know, I flop, or I end up forgotten, or I I don't ever come close to achieving my dreams again. And it's a very real fear that I have, and a fear that I just don't like. All like the doors will be close to me from now on, you know. And I know that like I don't know, like some people are like, can you just like ungraduate, like take it back? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to take it back because I made my decision, and I know in my heart of hearts that it's good for me. I know that it's the best decision I could have made for myself, but I'm scared. I'm scared. Yeah, I guess all that to say that I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. You know, what if I'm forgotten? What if I'm forgotten by you guys, by my friends? What if I'm forgotten by, you know, everybody, really? And I'll just be a has-been who was here for 4 months and was then gone. What about my career? What about, you know? Ah! Okay, let me eat my breakfast. All right. I haven't been eating. I haven't been eating. That's my bad. That's my bad. It's just, yeah. Mm-mm. I don't know. Doors may be further away, but never closed. Mm. There'll always be another door in life you'll find it eventually. I hope so. I don't know. I have a lot of uncertainties about my future in general, not just, you know, about VTubing, my career in VTubing and my future in VTubing. It's just, I've been thinking a lot and I've been feeling very, I guess you could say introspective, but also just like, I just feel sad and I just feel like, you know, I'm gonna be depressed for the like next week or so. I'm going to try and not let it affect me and my streams, but I am going to be sad, just saying. I'm gonna be really sentimental this week. I'm gonna be really sad, you know. But yeah, how can we forget you made quite a splash since your debut? I don't know, it's just like that. It's just one of those silly fears, I think. Life has many fears that we may never know, but what matters is trying to face those unknowns. Being scared is natural, but believe us when we say this, we'll never ever forget you. Not easy to forget you that easily. I can promise that I won't forget. Thank you. Thank you guys. That means a lot to me. And know that I've said this in my I think community post, but I wanted to reiterate it, and that is I am going to be pursuing new opportunities, and that means that, you know, in the future, if you find me again, please know that you'll always have a home with me. You will always have a home with me. No matter how long it's been, no matter how different I look, or no matter how different you are, how different I am. You know, that one Undertale saying it's like, it's you. Despite everything, it's still you. And it's me. Despite everything, it's still me. And it's still you. Despite everything. And you will always have a home with me when you're ready to come home. You know, you can come home to me. And I'll welcome you with open arms. You know? And I have been seeing more and more comments lately of like, oh, people saying that I inspired them, and I inspired them, or I they followed me during a really tough time. And if nothing else, if I don't get to achieve any of my other dreams, at least I have accomplished one dream of mine. And my one dream, the most important one, was that I wanted to inspire people, and I wanted to light people's days up. You know, I wanted to be what other people and other VTubers were for me. I wanted to be the person who inspired somebody else to do better. I wanted to be the person who, you know, was there for somebody when they really needed it. And I wanted to be the person who despite everything, you know, like lit up their days and made them smile, even if it was really hard, even if they were depressed, even if they were going through a dark time. I wanted to be the person that pulled them out of that darkness, the hand that pulled them out of that darkness. And I was able to be that. You know, I got a comment just now that actually like moved me, and I was like crying over it a little bit. That said like, you know, I don't even follow VTubers, and like I randomly found your stream and it helped me, and it's been helping me through a dark time. So I'm just really happy to hear that. I'm really happy to hear that I was able to achieve my most important dream and my most important goal of helping people. Mm. Lobster, thank you for being a member for 3 months. I really appreciate it. Adora Jr. got you covered. Thank you. It's only been 4 months. It's been a great 4 months. I always cherish these memories. And if I do find you again, I will be just as loyal. Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot to me. And I hope you'll all find me again. No matter what. Is that selfish of me to say? I hope that, you know, I hope that you guys will find me again. I don't know. I don't want to be selfish. I just... yeah, I wish I didn't have to leave you guys behind. I wish I could stay here forever. And I wish I could, you know... Oh well. Yeah. It's okay. I'll be okay. You'll find me. Okay, let me eat my breakfast real quick, okay? Stop distracting me. Hey! You're distracting me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Soggy breakfast for a soggy mood. Yeah, soggy breakfast for a soggy mood. We'll likely find you, but I personally won't. There's a big world out there, and that's okay. As long as you know that no matter where I am, you know, no matter where you are, I just hope that you're doing well. I think that's the key thing. Even if we never find each other again, know that, you know, I wish you the best, and I hope that you are doing well. I don't think it's selfish of me to say that, right? Like that, I don't know. I've been having so many battles with myself. I've been like thinking a lot. I've been thinking, which is not good because I barely think. They say you need to think twice. I don't even think once. But yeah. Also, can I just say this? I saw somebody say that I got into Hololive. Dude, I wish. I saw somebody say something like, oh yeah, she got into Hololive. Bro, I wish. Dude, if I ever got into Hololive, I would make it everybody's problem. Okay? I would make it everybody's problem if I got into Hololive. Wait, is that taboo of me to say? I don't know. I wish, though. One day, maybe. One day. At least I hope. One day, I don't know. But I saw it and I laughed because I was like, wow. It means it not laughed in a, I didn't laugh in a bad way. It's just like a you believe in me? That bad? Like you believe in me that much? Whoa. Like that means a lot. Genuinely, it means a lot. That shows people are impressed? What? By me? By little old me? Oh my god. Sorry, I've just been yapping for a while. I promise we're gonna start soon. Adora moving up in the world. Maybe in 5 years. But yeah, I love Hololive. I love the girls in it. I mean, as you guys all know, I think, have I mentioned before my Oshis? My Oshis, my number one Oshi, Mori Calliope. Mori, my inspiration for VTubing. Like genuinely, not I one of like the first VTubers I ever watched was actually like one of the first few that I've ever watched was actually Pecora. Pecora from JP. Hololive JP. Pecora was one of the first VTubers I ever watched. And Mori Calliope, I remember, was it her song? Which one was it? It was her song. Was it Red? Was it Red? It was the there's one song of hers that talks about how like you have a dream, you got to get off your ass and go do it instead of tweeting, right? And I remember when I heard that, I was like, holy shit, she's so right. Like you can't get to the top of the mountain without putting in the elbow grease, without putting in the hard work. And I saw that and I was like, shit, she's right. I'm pretty sure it was something about like, you know, people need to stop tweeting and need to start working, you know. You know, she needs to start like you like and like you need to basically like just, hey, haul your ass, stop yapping, and get to work. Off with their heads, yes, off with their heads. And I saw that, and I remember seeing that, and I remember listening to it, and I was like, holy fucking shit. She's so right. And so I got off my ass. That's why I got off my ass, and I started making content, and I started streaming. I'm not even fucking kidding you. I started streaming, I started making content because of Mari, and I remember one of the first like genuinely rap songs that I ever learned. Well, other than Nicki Minaj's super bass, I feel like everybody learns super bass when they're like 12, which I did. One of the first like proper like rap songs that I learned was her debut song, R.I.P. Excuse me, can you please R.I.P.? Actually, do I remember it? 皆さん、今日の配信に来てくれて誠にありがとうございます。今日のラップしたいと思います。では始めましょうか。Modern day killers really must hate fun. More often people taking lives, recognizing guys and real. Mother connoisseurs in the ruins of hell got used to luring the audience with more. It sounds cursed. My surprise catching lies Tori eyes Kinshi. Nice try stopping the motherfucking Da Vinci of human erasure. Can't stop the pacer. Make sure when standing off my rhyme slay first. Jealous haters out there, high five, I see you. No one's gonna buy this, bitch, I believe you. Cute as hell in the literal sense, bitter pretense. But the views are all show, but the views are all tell, no show, dollars and cents. Don't mean nada to queen of sayonara, scythe and other super radical toys to pull your heart apart at the seams. Still the killer of your dreams. If you take my advice, you'll be killed by what you don't know. But the other saying that I like so much more is on the lines of you reap what you fucking say, so... Got it down, can you go that job? If it's alright with you, could I end your life? ごめん、失礼しますか？死んでください。I haven't sang that in like forever, I think. Like months. Years, maybe. Kill him with the bass. 殺すのことが楽しい。Tee, bitch. Murder is so fucking kawaii. Kawaii ne. Shinigami. I forgot. Loyalty. That beast is enough, just what you want me. Coming on the knife for ya. Yeah, I kind of forgot the second half, but yeah. If you remember the entire song, would you sing the entire song for us? I feel like if I did in karaoke, it would be pretty hard though. I don't know. That's just me. I feel like it would be pretty hard if I did it in karaoke because it's really fast. But I could try. Yeah. It would be funny though, yeah. I also really like her song Red. Tonight the voices of the crimson red, but for forever instead. And I can get rid of all these thorns in my head, bring on the marrying. I guess I'll live inside your memory. Another distorted story from the castle, pray I'm never released. I got better kicking because I'm that kind of beast. Something something. Yeah. Okay, I'm almost done. I promise. I'm almost done eating. I promise. I promise. Okay? Let me just finish up. Knowing Adora tastes in music, Kelly seems like such a good music artist for her. Thank you. Yeah, I know I love Mori. I really, 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 really love Mori. I think if I ever met her, I would explode and then die and then I don't know. I would explode, die, explode into 1,000,000,000 pieces. I don't think she knows me. Actually, I don't even think I follow her on like my Adora account actually. But I've been following her on my. Oh wait, no, I do. I am. I don't even remember that. But yeah, I just find that she's so. She has a new song out. My bad. Hold on. I didn't even know. I've been so like fighting. I've been fighting for my life basically. But yeah, I don't know. I just love her. I love her. I love her. I love her so much. And yeah, I love her. I love her. It was premiere yesterday. It was so good. Okay, I'm gonna listen to it after stream. Catch me ending stream like right now so I can go and listen to it? No, I'm kidding. Who else? Okay, what other Oshis do I have? I also really like. I mean, okay, I love Gigi. I love Gigi. Okay, Gigi is one of my favorites of all time. So, okay, obviously my Oshis would be Pecora. Pecora, Hirodoshi Aokun, 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 Gigi, Aokun, I think, was it, what's her name? She's also in, Regloss. I don't know. But yeah. I love her. I love Piccola, Mori, Gigi, ERB, Nerissa. I also really liked. Let me think. Who else do I really like? Oh, I like Bay too. Kanade. Oh yeah, yeah. Kanade. Wait. Kanade. Kanade. Yeah. Kanade. I like her too. Sorry, like I couldn't remember her name for some reason. Did you like one of the Holostars guys? Are you talking about Gold Bullet? I mean, we're friends. If you're talking about Gold Bullet, we're friends. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'll be right back. My Dunkin' order is here. Let me go and get it. Let me go and get it. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I got myself a donut to treat myself. You're what with Global? We're friends. What? I think that's okay to say, right? We're friends. BRB. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. I got... Sorry, I've just been talking, by the way. I promise we'll get into like the model making and shit soon. What did I get? I got myself a matcha latte. It's like here. Okay, here's the thing. I don't know what it is about Dunkin's matcha latte. I know it's not good. Like it's not a proper kind. It's not like the traditional ceremonial grade matcha. But I don't know. I just like it. I know it's not good, but I like it. There's no problem with like a bit of yapping before stream officially starts. Yeah. Oh, was that loud? I feel like it was. That exploded my eardrums a little bit. But did you order a dozen? No, I only ordered one donut. Mm. Oh, this is so good. Like it's so shitty, but it's so good. Also, I have like 3 drinks on my table right now, which is a little bit insane. We want donut too. Get your own. I'm kidding. Get your own. Get your own. I'm sure you guys can get your own, right? I'm getting hungry again. How often do you order food? Like 3 to 4 times a week? No, like 3 times a week, maybe. Maybe 4. Sometimes. Chat, I found some in the closet. They're stale. Don't eat that. They're probably stale and rotten. Don't eat that. Okay, I'm just gonna finish up. I'm gonna finish my donut as well, and then we can start. But like, obviously, I'm just taking a while because I like hanging out with you guys. I like chatting with you guys. If you don't have an army of drinks on your desk, then are you okay? It's not really an arm. Okay, wait, it kind of is. Kind of is. So, okay, on my table tour. On my table, I have my regular bottle of water. Standard. I have a can of Coke Zero. Half drunk. It's like flat now by now probably because it's been on my table for a day. And then I have my matcha latte from Dunkin'. And then I have a cup of gamer subs. Yeah, I'm drinking gamer subs now, guys. I'm a real gamer now. I have gamer subs. Not sponsored. Well, could be. Gamer subs. Yes. What flavor? It's the acid rain one. I really like that one. I got 3 flavors. Can I say this? So wait, let me just double check that I can say it, I think. Let me just double check. Mix it all and chug it for content? No, I'm not gonna do that. Is it grandma's ashes? No! Chances of you knocking stuff over, please don't jinx it. Please, 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 please. I cannot. I cannot, I cannot afford it. But, as I was saying, I got sent, gamer subs. Kind of like as a care package. And, Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I got three flavors. I got the acid rain. I got, I think it's called guacamole gamer fart, and I got, what was the last one? It was the Silverville one, the sour cherry flavor. Of all three, I really like the acid rain one, the one that tastes like peach rings. Yeah, acid rain. It's really good. Mm-hmm. Tastes like peach rings, and it has like caffeine in it. And I'm pretty sure I didn't know this because I thought that it had like a shit ton of sugar in it. Apparently, it's sugar free. Sakura Splash, yeah, Sakura Splash. Um, yeah. I really like Acid Rain. Like I'm currently drinking the Acid Rain one on my table too, and I'm just like really surprised at how good it is. How good it is. I got get the non-caffeine ones. I get the caffeine ones because I need caffeine, and I operate better when I have caffeine in me. Like not too much, but a little bit, like a tiny little tease. But yeah, I'm probably gonna like order another tub of Acid Rain because it's really good. Like it tastes like peach rings. It's my favorite one. Guacamole Gimmer Fart is also pretty good. It's strawberry lime, I'm pretty sure, and it tastes like apple rings. So I like that one too. But that one doesn't have any caffeine in it, so I don't really drink it as much as I drink Acid Rain. Yeah, no, I usually don't like energy drinks like Red Bull, Monster, what have you, because of like the sugar and stuff like that. Like I just feel like after you drink it, you just kind of crash. You crash a little bit from like the sugar and like the fizz and everything, and it makes you feel really like bloated, doesn't it? Um so I don't know, like I really like Gamer Subs. Sorry, like I'm becoming a Gamer Subs shill now, but like it's genuinely really good. And you know, they're not paying me to say it, but I really like it. Good old caffeine palpitations, yeah. No, I don't even drink Gatorade. Not even Gatorade. No, like I don't like any of them because like I just think that the sugar and the caffeine just like puts me to fucking bed. Like I just get really like I don't know, tired, achy, kind of. Um so I just don't like it. But like with gamer stuff, I don't really crash, so I just like it. You know. I really want to try it though with sparkling water. I want to try the sparkling water. I want it to be spicy. When I drink it, I want my drink spicy. I want my drinks to punch me in the back of my throat and body slam me over the counter. While I drink it, like I need to take a sip and I need to full body cringe from how like oh it is. You know what I mean? Spicy like the bubbles. Not tequila. No, not tequila. Just like good old you know, just good old I don't know. Just you know what? Whatever. Whatever. Okay, let me just eat my donut real quick, okay? Or maybe I should save my donut for like after stream. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Because I'm pretty prone to having headaches, so I'm pretty sensitive about like the things that I drink, especially I mean not really, but especially with like energy drinks. Is it give us some donuts? Okay, fine. Is it fresh? They kind of get hard after a few hours. Oh, it is fresh. Wait, you're right. Off the stream tweet. Wait, speaking of, I forgot to tweet that I'm live. Wait, that's my bad. I was so engrossed in. I forgot to tweet that I'm live. Wait, what the? You didn't start stream yet, lol. Oh wait, that's true. By the way, is my volume okay? I fixed it a little bit. 20 minutes. Well, it's like 42 minutes. Good volume. Volume sounds good to me. Rips to those with max volume on. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't know. I think that like my input for my microphone is like at 100%, and I need to lower it back to 70 because it used to be 70. And when I was checking my karaoke VOD, I realized that like I didn't have any like it was like peaking and like stuff like that, and like oh my god, I honestly I just wanna I just want to keep yapping with you guys. Like I don't want to do the HANDCAM stream anymore, but I promised. Oh yeah, Adora, very side question. We used to be giving out quotes in your free time. What do you mean? Quotes? More yet while hand streaming, yeah. So wait, I need to shit, I need to go get a whiteboard for my Song of Achilles. For my Song of Achilles stream, which if you guys haven't seen my schedule yet, I'm doing a Song of Achilles plot breakdown stream. So I need to get a whiteboard so you guys can see me like write on the whiteboard, and like I can like erase it and everything, and I can like write on it and everything. So yeah, we enjoy yapping. If you want, you can just turn this a yapping stream instead. Adora Trojan War analysis. Yeah. I'm gonna analyze the Trojan War, guys. She's gonna FUJOING Greek yaoi. Yeah. Exactly. I'm gonna FUJOING Greek yaoi. Oh my god. And I should have done it like, oh. Wait, I just remembered. I should have done another. Wait, where's the schedule? I forgot to post it on YouTube. I'm so sorry. I'll post it after this. But I forgot. I should have. Maybe I'll do it tonight. I should have scheduled another stream where I talked about yaoi. I just realized I didn't! And I've never done it! What? Like, I need to schedule a stream where I just talk about, Steve, Tony, yaoi, Captain America and Iron Man! Fuck! Like, yaoi in general? No. Like, my hyperfixation, like, Steve and, Tony, yaoi. Like, I need to explain it to you guys, because the precursor little sneak peek that I gave you guys in a different stream, I was talking about it for 30 minutes straight. What about Bucky and Cap though? Steve, Tony, I usually see Steve, Bucky. You guys are cultured, aren't you? What are you reading? Oh my god, are we girlying right now? Are we girly popping right now? Oh my god. No, okay, so you guys are gonna get me started. At this point, this isn't even gonna be a HANDCAM stream anymore. I mean, I could turn on the camera if you want, but I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna have like a huge piece of paper, and I'm just gonna start drawing and writing down and talking to you guys about Steve and Tony, yaoi. Okay, so usually, so good point is that usually people ship Steve and Bucky because Steve and Bucky are childhood friends, correct? They grew up together, they were childhood friends, they were probably neighbors, I believe, and this was in the 1940s, okay? In the 1940s, they were, what am I talking about? In the 1940s, they were neighbors, they were best friends, okay? And so, listen to me, hey, listen to me. So, that's like the most common ship because it's not just the fact that they're childhood friends, but for those of you, also Lobster, thank you for the super. You owe us a UU type monologue about Marvel yaoi. You're right. I need to film that before I go. But basically it's a childhood friends thing, and then they both enlist in the army together because first up was actually Bucky. Bucky gets was it conscripted? I don't know the word for it. Basically, he got enlisted for the like the army and everything. And so, who is Bucky? Winter Soldier. Okay, keep up. Bucky, Winter Soldier. So, Winter Soldier, Bucky, he gets enlisted for the army, right? And he gets drafted. Yes, correct. He gets drafted for the army because this is World War II, okay? Hitler is like in power and everything, and blah, 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 and then like they gotta, like, you know, America's gotta fight in the war and everything. So, Bucky gets drafted, and Steve is too skinny. This is skinny Steve, okay? He's too thin, he's too skinny, he's barely like 5 foot, okay? So he tries to sign up for the army, but they're like, hey, you're just gonna be dead weight, okay? Who's Steve? Captain America, keep up. So Steve, he's like, hey, I'm whoever, whatever, and he keeps trying to enlist. He keeps trying to sign up for the war, and he keeps being told like, no, you can't, you're too small, you have asthma, you have a bad heart, you can barely walk, you're blah blah blah. Basically, Steve has 100 like health conditions, right? So he eventually catches the eye of, didn't Bucky enlist? No, he was drafted, I'm pretty sure. Because back then it was like compulsory because like they're at war. And I wish I could talk about this with somebody. Oh my god. Okay, can I just say, I was watching Illyria Pandora's stream the other day, and she started talking about Steve and Tony Yaoi, and I felt like I had been like full body like shot, okay? I felt like nuclear weapon just went off in my room because I just want to talk about it to somebody who knows. I'm going a little bit crazy. Can I just add her on Twitter and be like, hey, Illyria Pandora? You know what? Maybe I'll do that! I'm losing my mind! Maybe I'll just add her on Twitter and I'll be like, hey, at Illyria Pandora, before I graduate, can you come onto my stream and talk about Steve and Tony Yaoi with me? Okay, anyways. So, Steve tries to enlist, and then he's like, no, you can't, you know. I feel crazy! I feel crazy! Okay. You know, maybe I should do it. Where's the picture of that man shooting hoops? Wait, man shooting shot meme from space meme. Okay, there we go. I found it. Wait. She's so passionate. You think I'm fucking around? 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 Steve and Tony Yaoi was my life for years, okay? And I'm pretty sure I didn't hallucinate that, right? Like, Illyria was talking about Steve and Tony Yaoi on her stream with Fanart, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, as I was saying, so Steve catches the eye of, I forgot his name. He catches the eye of like this German scientist, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember if he was, okay. He catches the eye of this scientist, right? And the guy, he was like developing a super soldier serum. And so he was like, you have heart, I like that. Do you want to be a soldier? And he's like, yeah, duh. So they pump him full of like the super soldier serum and everything. He becomes big, he becomes strong, he becomes Captain America, correct? And then he finds Bucky, because, no, I think he tries to find Bucky, but then Bucky was being held hostage by Hydra. Or like, no, sorry, by like the Nazis, right? So he was being held hostage. And I remember it was like Captain America Steve, he was going around doing like press tours. He was going around like being like, sign up for, give the military money and like, you know, sign up and like help us buy bombs or something like that. So, what was that? So he was going around doing like all these like press tours and like signing posters and everything, but he's not actually being a soldier, he's being a figure, he's being a symbol, and he hates that. And then he overhears that the whatever battalion or whatever, like I think it's the 74th, they're like being held hostage by the Nazis, right? So he's like, I want to go and help. And they're like, you're not even a soldier, you're not even trained, you know, go away, like Okay, go back, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, well, fuck you all. I'm gonna go save my best friend. So he goes and saves his best friend, blah, blah, blah. Everything is happy and all. Everything, they start going around being like, they're like the super soldiers, right? Okay? They have like a little squad. They're like going around, they're saving people. They're like, you know, punching the Nazis and everything. And then, they go on this mission to try and kind of capture the mad scientist of Hydra. And then Bucky falls off the train and he falls off this like train and into like the winter like wonderland or whatever. And then everybody thinks he's dead. He's dead because like it was a huge fall. He fell into like a chasm or something like that. And so Steve is depressed because his best friend is dead, right? So and then things happen and he crashes the plane into the Arctic. Correct? He crashes a plane into the Arctic. And he, so fucking stupid. He crashes the plane into the Arctic and then he is like, okay, I'm dead. And then he wakes up 70 years later in the future. Because people are like uncovering him and he's still alive. And so he is now in like a new time. He's like in a new time, in a new era. Like everything's unknown to him. The first person that he doesn't get along with is Iron Man, Tony Stark, because he hates Tony Stark because he's so like different from like what he thinks he is. Because Tony puts up this, I feel crazy talking about this. Tony is the what is he? He's like this, he says it himself, he's like a playboy philanthropist, whatever, blah blah blah, and playboy billionaire inventor philanthropist, whatever. Okay. And, it's not the abridged version, it's the actual state of things! I'm just saying things as they are! It's not abridged! It's not my Yowie goggles on! I don't have my Yowie goggles on yet! Yeah, he said that you're not the type to make the sacrifice play, you're not the guy to lay yourself down on the wire for other people. Okay, I remember that, because I've seen the movie 50 times by now! 50 times by now! Okay, and so they fight. They have the little, like, you know, dick measuring contest or whatever. They fight, and then, he's like, oh, like, you are not the guy to make the sacrifice play. You're not the guy to lay yourself down on the wire when people need it. You know, you're a selfish asshole, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, he doesn't actually call him a selfish asshole. But anyways, Avengers 1 happens, they team up, whatever. And so, Steve, now he's in this new era. He's like, he has no friends. He has like people like thinks he's a freak, whatever. And then Iron Man is the one guy with the Stark Tower, and he's the face of the future. Think about it this way. Captain America represents the past. Time's gone. And Iron Man represents the future, the present. You know, he's always innovating things. He's like the man of the future. Captain America is a man of the past. He's a man of history. And like opposites attract. You know what? Maybe I should tweet Alira. Hey, Alira Pandora. Before I graduate, what do I say? Before I graduate, I don't even want to do it, but like, it would be like. You miss the shots you don't take, right? Hey Alira, I know this is a long shot, but do you want to come onto my stream before I graduate to talk about Steve, Tony, Yowie, please? Does that sound good? Crazy if she agrees? I'm canceling stream if she agrees. Like, don't even get me wrong. I'm canceling stream if she agrees. Like, I don't even... Okay, I'm not gonna tweet it. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm not gonna tweet it, but I'm thinking it really loudly. Dear Lyra Pandora, please come onto my stream and talk about Steve Tony Yaoi, please. Maybe I'll make a dedicated stream for it. Come on, man. I don't know! I'm scared! Like, okay, what's the worst that can happen? You guys are gonna be like, what's the worst that can happen? Guys! The worst that can happen is that people want me to die. You know? I can't! I can't! I can't! I can't! I can't! I can't! I feel like this is gonna be a disaster now. Probably! Okay. No, I'm not gonna do it. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm too scared. I'm too scared. I'm too scared. Dear Mrs. Lyra Pandora, if you somehow hear me, please pick up my brainwaves. I want to talk about Steve Tony Yaoi with you, please. I feel like I have been shot up close with like a shotgun or a rifle. When she mentioned, she was like, "Oh, I like Steve Tony Yaoi," and I was like, "Ugh! What?" No, I can't. I can't. I can't. Telepathic message, please. Guys, telepathic message. Let's just hope that she picks up the brainwaves. Brainwave, hold on, brainwave. I'm sending her brainwaves right now. Okay. Imagine someone said they hate Steve Tony. I don't give a fuck. I love it, enough for both of us. Well, my Oshi is a coward? Fuck! Yes, I am! I'm a coward! My mom did raise a pussy! My mom did raise a pussy, okay? I mean, what can I do? Super her? Maybe I can super her. I don't know, maybe I can send a super or something. God. Like what? Me and like what? My $5 in my bank account? Is she left right now? No. Please don't bother her, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm just like, ugh! Will you have Pepper Potts be sad just for Steve Tony Yaoi? She's fine. She'll be fine. She's not real. You have $5? Yeah, I don't mean... I have some? No! I don't even have enough for me. Please don't bother her, by the way. Like... Just saying it now, please do not bother her. No, she'll pick up on my brainwaves. I believe she'll pick up on my brainwaves somehow. Okay, wait. I don't know. I'm eating my donut, by the way. Like right now. A master of analytics and weirdness. Thank you for the super. Now you have more? Thank you. Now I have $2 more. Aren't we being too passive? I thought you said we should seize the chat. She's probably busy! She's probably busy. What's the worst that could happen? I don't know. I like how you went from sad at the start to super hyper because you started talking about yaoi. There's always time for yaoi, guys. My Oshi really said words for thee, not for me. Dude, that's one of my favorite, like, phrases to say ever. Words for thee, not for me. There is no bad outcome. I don't know. I don't want to bother her. She's one of my Oshis too, okay? I don't want to bother her. I don't want to bother her. I really don't. I just want to talk about Steve, Tony, yaoi. Like, this is at the crux of it. I just want to talk about Steve, Tony, yaoi with somebody who understands. Somebody who was in the trenches with me. In 2014, okay, when they still hated each other and they never really interacted. Truth be told, they don't really interact that much. But hey, it's enough, okay? It's enough. I know a legendary collab that only happens by overcoming fear. You guys are gonna have to talk me into it. Or I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't know. This is funny for us at least. What if you just make a general tweet and ends up with the FYP? I don't think that's gonna happen. Adora! Adora! It's not about the yaoi anymore, it's about principle. The stream is absolutely amazing, Adora. Thank you. I'm just losing my mind a little bit. I think people like the whole yaoi thing because they want a different direction of things. Or I think that for me, I just like yaoi. There's no no need to like think about it too deeply. I just like it. I just like it. We have to get Adora a copy of the entire Marvel Civil War omnibus. You think I don't know what happens? You think I don't know what happens in Civil War, the comics? You think I don't know? Of course I know! Of course I know! Of course I know what happens! I know. Wait, let me double check. Let me just double check. I know what happens. I know one of them dies. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was like Captain America who died in the comics, yeah. And there's a shot of You think I don't know? You think I haven't read the sacred text? I have. You think I don't know? I'm FUJOING out, bro! From a bullet of all things, yeah, from a bullet of all things, they were fighting, and blah blah blah, and they were like, oh, and then Iron Man is like, what are you waiting for, Steve? Finish it! I was there when it was written! When it was being formed! You don't want to see Tony arguing his wrong point badly against his husband, but the last time we discussed this, he seemed to focus on the movie, so I wasn't sure you read the comics. I don't fully read the comics, but I know what happens in it. At least the ones to do with Iron Man and Captain America. Do you guys know? Do you guys know there's a universe where Captain America and Iron Man are married? I'm not even fucking kidding. Wait, no, not married. Wait. Were they? Yes, married! I was right! Earth 3490. Earth, look it up right now, okay? Earth 3490. Captain America and Iron Man are married, and Iron Man happens to be a woman called Natasha Stark in that universe. I'm just saying. Are you sure that wasn't fanfiction? No, it was real. It was real. Like, it was canon. It's real. Google, right now, open up Google. Alright, type in Earth, that's EARTH, 3490. Look it up. It's legit. It's legit. There's a panel of them kissing, like, lips locking. And then the text reads, okay, I have Google open right now. The text reads, case study, Earth 3490. The 47th peaceful model examined benefited primarily from the romantic involvement of Captain America, Steve Rogers, and the Iron Woman, Natasha Stark. A deterrent to each other's more aggressive behavior, this allowed the Earth's Reed Richards to successfully complete the superhero registration program and begin the 50 state initiative. But that marriage resulted in Pro-Reg winning, so it's a bad end. I mean, they still got married. It's a good ending to me. It's still a good ending to me. She even knows the new codes. Exactly. Exactly. Is there an Earth where Adora says that tweet? You fucked up. That's fucked up of you to say. That's fucked up of you to say. I'm dying this weekend. That's what you tell me. That is fucked up of you to say. Fucked up. Adora's not Tony's Black Widow. No, it's not Black Widow, it's Tony! They just happen to name her Natasha Stark very, very, unfortunately. There are many women in the world named Natasha. It doesn't mean that it was the Black Widow. The Black Widow is the Black Widow. This specifically is Iron Man, but if he was a woman. There's definitely an Earth out there where Adora did send a tweet. Okay, you know what, guys? Fuck you. Okay, I'll send a tweet. No, I'm not. I'm scared. I'm scared. What does she have to do with me? I'm just an ant on the floor. Is collabing with Lira on your bucket list? That's really fucked up for you to say. Yes, it is. It's not really yaoi though if she's a woman in that universe. I don't care. Her feet are cold, guys. Yeah, my feet are really ice cold. Okay? My feet are ice cold. If, like, she... And I know it's against VTuber etiquette to add somebody. Like, I know it's against etiquette, so that's why I'm like rebelling against it even more. It's like, it's a, all it took for Adora being on death's door to Fujo out may be worth. Make the tweet without the at. Oh my god. Hey, hey, Lyra Pandora. Without the at, really? I'm not tagging her. I'm a pussy. Is the etiquette that strict? I don't think it's that strict. I just like I follow etiquette like as strongly as I can. Even like adding my friends feels weird sometimes. Do you want to live forever, Adora? Send it. Okay, fine, I'm tweeting it! But I'm not tagging her! I'm not tagging her! I'm not tagging her. I gotta cut out this part of the VOD because I don't want this to be part of my legacy. You gonna pop a vein or something? Yes! I'm gonna pop a fucking vein! Not taking it as a set! We need a full set! I don't want to tweet it. I don't want to tweet it. I need to delete this VOD. Guys, I need to cut the full first hour out so that nobody comes into the stream and was like, "Weepy, I love, yippee, I love HANDCAM stream," and then it's just me losing my fucking mind over Steve Tony Yaoi. You know what? I feel like not tagging her would be a pussy move. Well, you losing your mind is the best part. If you don't tag all, we'll tag her in the comments, so fuck! No, but then if I tag her, people reply to the tweet, she's gonna get tagged! Wait. No, but if I tag her, people are gonna reply to the tweet and they're gonna be tagged by her. She's gonna be tagged. Gilbert, thanks for the, thanks for the soup. Okay. Hey, Adora, will you be my girlfriend? Breathe if yes, or send tweet if no. Fine, I'm tweeting it. I tweeted it, okay? I tweeted it! I tweeted it! You guys are so fucking annoying! Anyways, I'm almost done. Can't believe I still haven't eaten yet. I haven't finished eating yet. Okay, let's move on, guys. I'm gonna kill all of you. Okay, line up. I'm gonna pick up a fucking gun and I'm gonna kill all of you. I'm kidding. Please don't. Please don't take down my stream. YouTube. I'm kidding. Okay. Hashtag kidding. I'm kidding. More like a forklift. I closed Twitter. I immediately closed Twitter. I'm not checking, okay? I'm not checking. Alright? This is just becoming a Zatsu stream. Like, I need to, romantic way to go out? She's taking us with her! Me first, please? No! I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going to, okay? I'm not going to, alright? Alright, hold on. Sorry, I'm almost done. I promise. And then we can actually get onto the HANDCAM thing. I gotta turn on the AC too, so. I'd be scared if I see Adora at Walmart. It's not my fault! Okay, wait. When should my Yaoi stream be? I feel like let me check my schedule real quick. I'm not looking at the tweet. I refuse to look at the tweet, okay? Okay, Tuesday. Maybe I can do it on Thursday. Thursday or Wednesday. I don't know. I have the Song of Achilles stream on Thursday. So, I need to schedule a Yaoi stream. Maybe I'll do it like on Thursday, like it's a second stream, or tonight, you know. Make yaoi stream the last stream before graduation to maximize how unhinged you can get. Wow. I mean, I have a drawing stream and I can replace that with yaoi. Yaoi is more important to me, I feel like, than drawing. I mean, like I would get a whiteboard and I would write down, I'm not drawing yaoi. I'm not drawing yaoi. I'm gonna get a whiteboard, okay? And I'm gonna write down everything that, like the comprehensive timeline of Steve Tony yaoi. Draw Stony as you yap about it. Don't even play with me. Maybe I will. Maybe I will, okay? Make it yaoi yap stream. You want to see how unhinged you can be? Well, I haven't been reading yaoi a lot lately. I need to get back into it. What was the... maybe we could do like a yaoi tier list. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't think you guys care. I don't think you guys care. But I just... Okay, back to Steve Tony yaoi. What the fuck? There's another flavor of Steve Tony that I like. So, okay, wait. Going all the way back to Steve Tony yaoi. Okay, I know that people like Steve and Bucky. I know people like Steve and Bucky. I know people like Steve and Bucky because they're childhood friends, and I see the appeal. Okay, here's the thing: I used to be a Steve Bucky shipper before I converted to Steve Tony. And with Steve Bucky, there's the angst of it all, right? Like, there's the whole like he thought he lost him, and then like he crashed his ship into the Arctic or the ice. He crashed his ship into the ice, and then there's the whole like, oh, they're childhood friends, and they're this, they're that. They are like they have so much history between them, right? And then in Civil War, Steve finds Bucky again because in the like what happened was that when he fell into the chasm, the ice, the snow, he was found by Hydra because it was a near Hydra base. So he was found by Hydra. He got taken in. His arm got cut off because it was like, I don't know, like infected or something, or like he got cut off. And then they give him a metal arm and they conditioned him to be the Winter Soldier. And that's how he became the Winter Soldier, correct? And then he becomes like this killer because he's like, oh yeah, I'm the Winter Soldier. I get like, you know, I have conditioning and blah blah blah. And then what was it? Let me think. Oh yeah, and then like he like Hydra, blah blah blah. He goes into like the whole the next 70 years he's like the Hydra's assassin, correct? And Steve is like sleeping, and then now they find each other again. Like more specifically, Steve finds Bucky because they're like fighting. Hydra deploys Bucky, and then like his mask comes off, and Steve's like, Bucky? And they were childhood friends, and now they're like basically enemies. It's like childhood friends to like mourning, to enemies, to lovers, to friends again, and then to lovers again, or something like that. I don't know. Many would argue that they were lovers, okay, before they went into the ice. So what the fuck am I talking about? Many people would like recognize like, oh, okay, like many people think that they were lovers, basically. And like by people I mean like people in universe or whatever. Like I don't even know. I don't even know. Oh my god. What was that? What was that? I'm losing my train of thought. But anyways, so then now there's this like conflicting aspect of it all. Like, you know what, Civil War is their divorce, right? Civil War is their divorce, where like they're going through a messy breakup. Tony and Steve are going through a messy breakup. I need a piece of paper. Wait, let me go find it. Let me go find a sketchbook or something. I need a piece of paper and I need to write this down so that you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about, okay? Okay, I have a notebook. Hold on. Okay, let me just put on my my gloves and everything. You know Bucky loves Steve before he got the muscles. He wins. No! You gotta listen to me! You have to listen to me! You have to listen to me! Let me turn on the AC real quick, okay? You have to listen to me! You have to listen to me! They were childhood friends, correct? But now, they have 70 years between them where Bucky has been conditioned and broken and like tortured and everything, and Captain America, on the other hand, he can no longer relate to Bucky because Bucky is traumatized! I have to stand up. I'm standing up, by the way. I'm like really far away from my microphone, but I can see myself in the red on my OBS. That's how passionate I am about it. I'm really far away from my mic, by the way, but you can still hear me, can't you? I'm sitting on my bed. I'm sitting on my bed, okay? You guys don't get it! I don't hate traumatized people. No, what I'm saying is, okay, is now Steve and Tony are versions of themselves that the other doesn't know. Okay? Bucky is no longer the same Bucky that he was when they were in the 40s. And Steve is no longer the same Steve that Bucky last saw before he fell off the train. They are completely different. And now they can no longer relate to each other because they used to be able to relate to each other because they're from the 40s, correct? But now, Bucky barely has any memories of his present, let alone the past. He can barely even remember his own name, which is, by the way, James Buchanan Barnes. James Bucky Buchanan Barnes, okay? He was named after a president or something. So now they're completely different. And Steve has found a home for himself in the future. And who has he found? He's found Tony Stark! I'm gonna turn on the AC real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna turn on the AC. Cause I need to turn on my mic. You guys, you need to understand. You need to understand, okay? You don't understand. You don't understand. Okay? You guys don't understand. You don't understand. FUJOING out so hard she needs the AC. Listen! I have read at least 1 million words, okay, of Steve and Tony fanfiction. I've read at least 1 million words of Steve and Tony fanfiction. And you don't understand. You don't understand the lore? Okay, we'll go back to the start. 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 Don't even worry. We're gonna go back to the start. I'm putting on my gloves right now. Alright, I'm putting on my gloves and we're gonna go back to the start. I don't care. You are so cool, and I mean this unironically. I'm just a loser, okay? I spent a lot of time on Tumblr. And AO3. And I'm also not ashamed to be myself. Like, okay. Wait, I'm putting on the gloves. I'm struggling a little bit. I don't want to waste time on being a version of myself that is not true to myself. So, I'm not gonna. This is just me. This is me. I'm a fucking loser, okay? I'm a girl loser. I'm a fucking girl failure, whatever you want to call it. I'm a fucking loser. I've always been a loser. And what the losers do? They fujo out. Okay? Wait. I need to unflip my camera so that you can see it properly. Hold on. Let's see. You need to be able to see what I'm writing down, okay? Okay. Okay. Okay, wait. Let's move. I need to get myself a marker real quick. I need to get myself a marker. Hold on. Where's my markers? Oh wait, I have blue and red for Steven. I have blue and red for Steve and Tony. Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna explain the whole lore to you. Okay, we're starting from where? Starting from. All right, starting from. Okay, the first movie was Captain America, correct? Wait, maybe I should have done this on the other page. Hold on. Whoopsies. Wait, let me open it. Do you guys like my new gloves, by the way? What? Yeah. Okay. It's not theory crafting. Captain America. Okay, this is the first movie. Okay, use my gloves. They're new. They're thinner, so I can like actually do something with them, and they're like opaque. Anyways, let me start from here. Captain America. Okay. And then let me start from this one should say Tony Stark. Iron Man. Iron Man. Okay? There we go. Alright. Captain America, Iron Man. So Steve, okay? Let me just draw him real quick. So this is Steve. This is Steve, correct? This is Steve. You're left-handed. Yes, I'm left-handed. This is Steve. This is not really skin tight. It's a little bit baggy, but you know, it works. This is Steve, right? Like this is Steve. Are we supposed to do bear biggery or something? We can do that another time. We can do that another time. I'm getting really excited about Yaoi. All right. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Okay, Steve. Right? Steve. Where do we start? Where do we even start? Okay, so Steve, he was born like 1940, like 30 something, I think. And he's about like 18 years old when the movie starts. And 18 years old, he's skinny. He has like 1,001 health problems. And then so he's skinny, he has 1,001 health problems. He gets no bitches. And this is like expounded on because Bucky, oh, and then there's Bucky, right? And let's like denote him with like the muscle arm. Because he's strong. This is Bucky, okay? This is Bucky. Alright. There's a scene in the movie where like Bucky is like, he's about to go to the military or like to his outpost or something. And he's in this sexy ass military outfit. Alright? With like a hat and like, you know, the coat and everything. He's in a sexy ass military outfit. Okay, I remember this very clearly. And he's with two girls. And he goes, oh, I found us dates. He had to find Steve dates because Steve is so bitchless that no girl wants him. Because he's skinny, he's short, he's like, I don't know, 5 foot or something. And they say like he's barely even 100 pounds soaking wet. So he's about like 99 pounds or like 90 pounds, right? I remember this. He was barely 100 pounds soaking wet. Which is like what someone says when like you don't even scratch 100 pounds. Alright? So he's like 90 pounds or something like that, okay? And then this guy, Bucky, he goes into the military. Okay, so he's like, bye, he's off to the military to go to war. Right? He's off to the military to go to war. And then Steve is like, oh man, I wish I could enlist. Bucky catches him trying to enlist. Basically what Steve does is he lies to people. He's like, oh, I'm from Florida, I'm from Connecticut, I'm from whatever. He like, you know, he's basically going around different camps trying to enlist, but they won't let him enlist because he's too skinny, he's too short, he's too weak, right? And so, alright, so you know the whole plot of Captain America. So he gets the super soldier serum, he catches the eye of his scientist, and then Hydra tries to kill him because they're like, oh, we can't have super soldiers in America, otherwise we're gonna lose a war. So they try to kill him, but it doesn't work, obviously. He becomes buff Steve. Now he's buff Steve, and so what am I saying? So now he's buff Steve, correct? He is now a poster child for the war. He's basically like a show dog or something. Like he's the poster child, okay, poster boy. He goes around, travels around, right, you know, posing for pictures and posters and everything, and then like he does like plays and stuff like that. So he's not actually a soldier, he's just a figure. He's just a figure. He's not like an actual soldier like he wanted to be. He wanted to be a soldier because he wanted to help fight in the war. He wanted to be a soldier, and this whole time he's still at the military, by the way. He's still at war, so he's like kind of gone. So he was like, oh, like I really want to help though, and then the guys who are like his handlers are like, no, like you should just be a, you know, you should just be a figurehead, right? Like a propaganda tool. Yes, correct. Like a propaganda tool. And then when he's at a show, he overhears people saying like, oh, I don't know what I think it's like 74th. Okay, he's part of the 74th. Let's just say it's the 74th. I don't remember if it's the 74th. He's part of the 74th battalion or something, and they are missing. Like the entire, like his squad is missing. He hears that and he's like, wait, but like my friend Bucky is in the 74th. So he tries to find out if Bucky's still alive, and they're like, oh, I don't know, they're gone. They're taken by Hydra, probably dead. Like as far as we know, you know, prisoners of war and everything, blah blah blah. He's probably dead. So Steve is like, ah, fuck, man. Like I mean, I gotta try and save him if he's like, there's any chance that he's still alive. So I think with the help of Peggy, okay, Peggy Carter, don't like her, but with the help of Peggy Carter, the two of them, Peggy Carter and wait, I forgot to mention this, Howard Stark. And guess who Howard Stark is? Tony Stark's father! He's Tony Stark's father. Okay, so there's like an extra layer to all that. There's an extra layer to all that where like he knew his father. He knew his father, and he said, I remember in the first film, the first Avengers film, he mentions, he's like, you're nothing like your father. To Tony, you're nothing like your father, which is a sore point for Tony. I will get into that later. And it's a sore point for Tony. Okay. So he, Peggy and Howard flies the plane, and Steve and Peggy, they like, you know, Steve like air drops into the Hydra base or whatever. And so he finds Bucky and like all the other men like caged up and everything, but Bucky is in a different area. Wait, my phone is on. Hold on. Anyways, Bucky is in a different area. He's like strapped down to this table when he finds him, and here's what we don't realize until much later, until like Captain America Civil War, is that Bucky was being experimented on too. He was being experimented on too. Where he was like, he was being experimented on by Hydra's version of the super soldier serum. Okay, and that's why he didn't die when he fell off the train. Okay, so anyways, so he rescues Bucky and they go back home together and everything's all fine and dandy. So they start fighting together in the war, like actually fighting in a war. Like Steve goes around, you know, the Hydra bases and like takes them down and blah 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 blah. So they fight together in the war until they get on this train to find, I think his name is, I forgot his name. I'm such a bad fan. But anyways, they go find the mad scientist behind Hydra, and then he falls off the train and they think he died. Okay, and then Steve, he crashes the plane into the Arctic. Okay, let me draw the plane. He crashes the plane into the Arctic. Dr. Zola? Yes, Dr. Zola! He crashes the plane into the Arctic, and then like, people think he's dead now. Alright? But he's actually under the ice. Okay, let me draw an ice cube. He's in the ice cube. He's in the ice. He's in the ice. Okay? So now 70 years have passed. About 70 years have passed. 70 years have passed, and they find him. Like during an excursion to the Arctic, they find him. Right? And everybody, the whole world thinks he's dead. Like he's a hero. He died heroically. And people, because the two of them were fighting together, they were like, oh, like Steve and Bucky, they were like childhood friends, and they were like wartime heroes. And then they died so close to together, blah, 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 whatever, okay? And some people will make the case that perhaps the two of them were romantically involved. You know, and Peggy was their beard. That's like the case that some fanfics will make where, some Steve Tony fanfics will make where they were lovers. Like, these two were their first love. Okay? Bucky and Steve, each other's first loves. That's the case that some, fanfics will make where they were like first loves, and then when Bucky died, Steve, feeling like he had nothing else to live for, crashes the plane into the Arctic. Okay, what does she was, their beard mean? I mean, that just means that like she was their cover-up. Okay. And so the two of them are like, Fujo's ruined male friendship, not gonna lie. Well, what do you want me to say? Fujo's will Fujo out regardless. But anyways, so people, some fanfic writers would make the case that they were first loves, each other's first loves, or they were each other's first boyfriends, and then he died, and then Steve was heartbroken, and he crashes plane into the Arctic, and he's like, whatever, you know. But I think we missed a part where Steve thought about, once again, this is about Fanart! This is about Fanart. The parts that I'm talking about, okay, wait. Let me mark the parts where I talk about Fanart with a different marker. Hold on, where is it? Let me find a different marker. This will have to do. Okay, so this is Fanart. This isn't canon stuff, okay? See that? This is fan and stuff. So the two of them were like supposedly like their first loves, okay? Oh, that's what people think they are, okay? They went down history as like, you know, oh, maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Let me drink my matcha real quick. Okay, matcha drank. But anyway, so that's the plot of Captain America. Like, that's like the really condensed version of Captain America. Like the whole, like, they were like actually together, but it was because it was the 1940s. They couldn't actually be together, right? So, wait, let me, real quick. I need to charge my phone. I fujoed out too hard. Need to charge it. Anyways. As I was saying, okay, my phone's there. You can kind of see it. As I was saying, okay, they were, okay, so this is Captain America, first movie. And now we're moving on to Iron Man, right? And so Iron Man is about Tony Stark, correct? So it starts out with, like a partier Tony Stark. Okay, Tony Stark, he's like partying and everything. Let me just draw him real quick. He has like his blue beard. Alright, this is Tony Stark. Alright, so it starts with Tony Stark. I think this is 2008. I believe 2008-ish. Around 2008. He's a partier. He's a playboy. He is, you know, he parties a lot. He like, you know, drinks a lot. He's blah blah blah. He always like, he's irresponsible basically. He's like, rah, like I'm a billionaire, whatever, you know, I'm a cocky billionaire. Okay. And then he, I believe, he gets into the family business of dealing weapons, okay? And here's where the first, like, comparison comes into play. So he's dealing weapons, right? The family business of dealing weapons to the military. And what depends on the weapons? The military. This guy. But he's in the military, right? He's in the military. Any connection? Yes. There's like, at least that's the first foil that they have. Number one is that they deal the military, but Steve, I'm pretty sure, maybe that's just conjecture. Actually, let me not say that. I was gonna say like maybe Steve doesn't even like having to deal with the weapons, because remember how he needed to sell. He was a propaganda boy. He needed to ask people to invest in bombs, right? And bombs. Who deals bombs? Tony Stark! Anyways, so he's doing a weapons demonstration in, I believe it was like Iraq or Afghanistan. He was doing a weapons demonstration, right? He was doing a weapons demonstration, and then like everything blows up and he goes into like, he gets into like the whole like he's trapped in the cave, you know. Tony Stark built this in a cave with scraps. Anyways, so he built the he's trapped in the cave, right? And he's like, you gotta make the Iron Man. Oh right, sorry, before all this, wait, no, I'm mixing it up. Anyways, so he was in a cave and he built the first Iron Man suit. The okay, let's put Iron Man 1, the Mark 1, right? Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. With Jensen, yes, with Jensen. So he was in, this is like the Mark 1. He made the Mark 1 in the cave, and then he came out that with a lot of PTSD, because he, remember, he was getting waterboarded, he was being tortured, he had a hole in his chest, you know, and he had shrapnel in his heart that was gonna kill him if, you know, like, and here's the irony of it all. The shrapnel belonged to a weapon that he built, so he was actively killing himself with the shrapnel from the bomb. Correct? So he built the first Mark, came out, and now he has PTSD. Tony Stark has PTSD now. So what does he do? He like stays up all the time, and he, like, you know, he's like building all these he's like all these like suits of armor and everything. He has PTSD, he has whatever, right? And then Avengers 1 happens. Oh wait, sorry, hold on. And then Iron Man, I'm not even done talking about Iron Man yet. So in the first Iron Man film, so he comes out PTSD, right? And he has one family friend left. Like, his whole family is gone. He's an only child. His mom and dad are dead because they got in a supposed car crash. So who does he have? He has Obadiah. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Obadiah. Wait. Obadiah Stane or something. Wait. Oh, let me try to type. Yes, Obadiah Stane. Obadiah Stane, okay? This guy, Obadiah, was his father's best friend. Remember, Howard. He was Howard's friend, and he was basically Tony's uncle. Correct? Like, he was basically like a second father figure to him. And so he comes out and he's like, you know, Obadiah, but like, you know, and Obadiah so far has had like control of the company because he was like the acting head of the acting CEO of Stark Industries. He wants Stark Industries. He was the reason that Tony Stark was even in that cave in the first place. He sent I forgot that name, the 6 Rings or something. He sent that to him to kidnap him and to like kill him. But they didn't kill him because they wanted him to build the bomb. Like, they wanted him to build their own weapons. So that's what, you know, 10 rings. Yes, 10 rings. Not 6 rings, 10 rings. So he was the one who tried to kill him. And he came out of the Iron Man suit. And now he tried to kill him again. Alright? He does that whole like shebang of like, I'm gonna kill you, Tony, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, and they fight and everything, and then Obadiah dies. Okay? He dies. Alright? And then now it's Avengers 1. Now it's Avengers 1. This guy has a shit ton of PTSD. He has a shit ton of PTSD. So now it's, okay. Okay. This is Tony. This is Steve. Alright. So Steve, at the end of Captain America, he wakes up in like 2012 or something. He wakes up in like what was that? What about Iron Man 2? Don't worry about that. I don't even remember Iron Man 2 that much. I'll be so rude with you. I only remember Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 3. Anyways, so Steve, now he's in the future. correct? And when he wakes up, he looks around, okay, and this is like in Fanart territory now. When he wakes up, he runs out of New York. The PTSD is actually from New York battle and not the cave. No, he has PTSD from the cave too. I would say that waking up with a gaping hole in your chest and knowing that you're being kidnapped and about to die, and also being tortured and waterboarded with like a live electrical current in your chest would be pretty traumatizing. Alright, so he wakes up in the future, right? And he runs out of like his little room and everything, and he busts out into like New York in modern day. And everywhere around him, all he sees is Stark Industries. So that's his first introduction. That's like his first introduction to the modern world, at least in the Fanart category, right? In Fanart category, everything that he sees around him is Stark Industries, because Stark Industries is what? It's the future. And they build not just weapons. I'm pretty sure they don't only build weapons. They build like tech. They're like a tech company, right? They're a huge conglomerate, right? So, yeah, that's why he shut down weapons development, because guilt. And he saw the first-hand, and he felt the first-hand effects of his weapons development. So he decided to stop it. He decided to make the Iron Man suits and to like amend his guilt by helping people. You know, like however he wanted to help them. That's up to him. So Stark Industries, he wakes up in the future and all he sees is Stark Industries. All he hears about is Tony Stark, because Tony Stark is everywhere, right? Tony Stark, he's Iron Man, he's like the first modern superhero, whatever have you, correct? So everything he sees is about Stark Industries. And here's the thing, he is reminded of his friend Howard Stark, right? And he's chasing, like, right now he's in the future, but he's chasing ghosts. He's chasing the ghost of Howard Stark, he's chasing the ghost of Peggy, he's chasing the ghost of Bucky, like he feels like he's out of place. The only thing that's familiar to him is this name, Stark. This Stark name. Alright? And so he's like, well, does that mean that, you know, that's my friend. My friend Howard Stark. My friend Howard Stark. What the fuck am I talking about, seriously? I just like came into myself, I was like, what the fuck am I talking about? Anyways, so Howard Stark, correct? So Howard Stark, and so he's like, oh, okay, like maybe I'll get to meet like his son or something. And so he does meet Tony, and they have that whole standoff because they're all being basically, you know, Loki's scepter at the start, like Loki has his scepter or something. Basically, Loki's scepter is and like Loki's presence in general is like basically agitating everybody. Everybody's agitated, they're all on edge, they're trying to stop the end of the world or whatever. So they're all on edge. They're in the helicarrier that S.H.I.E.L.D. provided. Okay, so the two of them are arguing, and then he is like, you would never be like your father. Like, I don't even remember what he said. He's like, you're not even like, you're like, one of you is worth like 7 of you of other guys or something like that. Like basically being like, you know, no, he's angry. He's like, fuck you, first of all. You're nothing like my friend Howard. You are nothing like your father. You're blah 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 blah. And here's the little thing that you guys didn't know, huh? That you guys didn't know. Tony, oh my god, I forgot to cap this. Tony doesn't have a good relationship with his dad. Surprise. He does not have a good relationship with his dad, and this is implied throughout the movies where he and his dad were always at odds. One of him is worth 10 of you. Yeah, basically something like that. Something about like his dad or something, or like somebody, like one of him is worth 10 of like blah blah blah. Like you are worth 10 of like other people because you're so like, you don't contribute anything. You're not the guy to make the sacrifice play. You're not the, you're not the guy who would lay himself down on the wire, right? So what Steve doesn't know is that Tony and his dad are not in good terms. The whole point of Iron Man 2 is Tony Stark hates his dad. Yeah. Like they just don't have a good relationship, and it's been implied, at least I think in the comics before, it was implied that Howard was abusive to Tony. The whole premise of it is that, or at least it is implied, not explicitly said, that Howard was abusive to Tony, and that's why they don't have a good relationship. And Tony was only ever close to his mom, like his mom. Tony is close to his mom, but not his dad. And I can't remember if it's in the movies, but I remember he said like, basically when he finds out that like Bucky killed his parents, the only thing he says is he killed my mom. Because despite the fact that he had just seen that he killed both his mom and his dad, the first thing he says is, you know, he killed my mom. Like Bucky, he killed my mom. He never mentioned a word about his dad, and I think it was in the movies. I can't remember. It could be in Fanart, where where Tony said like, "Oh, I resented my father. I resented my father because I thought that he was drinking while driving, and that's why they died." Like I remember. I don't remember if this was in a fanfic that I read or if it was like in canon that he said it. So my bad. Let's leave it out to dubious for now. He said that he hated his father. Or he resented his father for killing his mom, because he thought that he was drinking at the wheel. And that's why they crashed. Like, everybody thought it was a car crash. That's fanfic? Okay, then that's fanfic. Anyways. What was that? So, now the two of them, they're not on good terms. Right? But after, I remember after, like, the Battle of New York. After the Battle of New York, they're all, like, the Avengers at least, they're all like sitting together, they're eating shawarma or whatever. Alright? They're all together, they're eating shawarma in the rubble of New York. And then here is where we go into fanfic territory, okay? Wait. Fanart. Okay, fanfic territory. Alright, fanfic territory. Do you guys like it when I fujo out? You know, I could just do the bear bakery. I could just do the bear bakery. And you memorized everything. Yes! Who do I look like? Who do I look like? Please continue, I'm invested. You're leaving Sushi, you should enjoy your yaoi. Are you guys sure? Are you sure? Are you just humbling me? Are you just like, I don't know. Are you guys just like obliging me or something? Yes, now continue. Okay. So this is fanfic territory, okay? This is fanfic territory. Everything that's missing is an ad. Enough. Enough. Okay. So this is fanfic territory now. So this is 2012. This is 2012. Alright, and so they're at the shawarma restaurant, right? And so Steve probably says something like, "Oh, I need to find an apartment. Like, I can't keep living at Shield, because right now he's living at Shield, but he needs to find his own apartment." And so Tony, who had just offered it, I don't know if he offered it in canon. He said like, "Oh, you guys can always stay at Stark Tower, right? He has like a full building on his own. People can like live there, whatever." So he says, "You guys, the Avengers, right? The Avengers. You guys can live at Stark Tower and it'll become the Avengers Tower." I don't even remember if that was canon or not, but I don't care. This is fanfic territory. So he says, Tony Stark says, "You guys can live in the Stark Tower with me. And then it'll become the Avengers Tower," right? So all of them probably like, you know, to varying degrees, he has convinced them, but they agree. One way or another, they agree. So now, it's the Avengers who are living in the Stark Tower. Okay, the Avengers. There's Hawkeye, then there's like there's Hawkeye, and then there's Black Widow, then there's Bruce Banner, then there's in some cases there's Rhodey, his best friend, but not usually. Usually he doesn't come into much. He doesn't come into much later, so let's ignore him for now. And then there's Thor, and then finally there's Steve, and there's Tony. There's Tony. Okay, this is Thor, this is Tony, and then there's Steve. Alright, so all these, there are the Avengers, they're living in a tower together. So they start their roommate arc. Alright, and now, this is the part where, oh, and Pepper Potts, yeah, like, I guess Pepper's there too. whatever. I guess Pepper's there too. Anyways, so Steve now he's in the future, right? And he's like lost. He's like, like what do I do? And in Civil War, I believe, you see him holding like a list. He has like a list of things that like he wants to try watching, right? Like I don't know, like Back to the Future, and then like Star Wars, and then like he basically has like a pop culture list where he has to catch up. Who do you think gave him that list? Obviously, probably Tony. Here's what I think. Here's what I think would have happened, okay? So this is Steve, correct? This is Steve. Right? Steve probably now like has a shit ton of trauma, has a shit ton of PTSD, correct? So he probably can't sleep very well, and Tony canonically he has insomnia too. So Steve will probably be staying up like watching TVs, like, you know, he'll be like trying to catch up on like modern pop culture and everything. So this is Steve. He'll be like watching the movies and everything, and I remember he likes watching movies because there's like a whole bit where he's like at the movies and then he starts fighting some kid because the kid wouldn't stop talking. So he's at the movies and he's watching TV in the common lounge. Okay, in this fanfic universe, they have a common lounge in Stark Tower. Doesn't Tony have nightmares of the first invasion in the first Avengers movie? Yes. So sorry, I was hydrating. Anyways, so common lounge. So Steve probably will be staying up until like 4 a.m. because he can't sleep. He probably has a shit ton of PTSD from fighting in the war, like World War II, and then waking up in the future, and then having to fight aliens like in the span of like what, a month or a week, or like 2 weeks. He has to go from like the 40s to like the future to like fighting aliens. Okay. So that's a lot for him. He probably has a shit ton of trauma. And Tony himself also has a shit ton of trauma. He like had visions or something, or nightmares of the invasion, and then he started having like visions, like not really visions, but like nightmares, okay? So the two of them are always like up at like ungodly hours, correct? And so they start bonding. They could probably start bonding, right? Like Tony, like maybe for example, Steve is watching the TV. Okay, TV. Steve is probably watching TV on his own, and Tony walks past and Tony sees that Steve is watching like something like Star Wars or something. Like maybe it could be like Star Wars or something that Tony's really invested in, and so he stops to watch it too. Like maybe like at first he just like stands here and like, you know, he just stands there and he watches like the TV with Steve, and the two of them don't really acknowledge each other. And then with time, maybe over time, Tony starts recommending Steve more movies, maybe, because maybe Steve like watches like a shitty movie or something, and Tony happens to walk past and he's like, oh my god, I can't believe you're watching that shit, like that garbage. Here's like a list of movies that are actually good, that are like you should watch, that are like significant of the 21st century or something like that. Like, so that's when he gives him the list of like, you should watch these are the things that you should watch. Nelly, thank you for the raid. Hi, I'm FUJOING out right now. I'm FUJOING out. Thank you for the raid. Hello, welcome in, raiders. Welcome. My name is Adora Fortune. I am a High Priestess VTuber from VOLs 2nd generation, and currently I'm FUJOING out. I'm FUJOING out hardcore. Let me drink some water real quick. Need to hydrate. How are you? I hope that your day has been good. I love FUJOING out. Me too! So going back into it, as I was saying, so Tony would probably like be walking past like the TV, the lounge, common lounge, to get to the kitchen, right? Like maybe the kitchen is over here, and like this is like the whole common lounge. He has to go to the kitchen to get coffee or whatever, and he happens to pass by the TV, and Steve is probably watching like a shitty movie or something. You know, this is deep cut, but you fuck with Nightcrawler and Quicksilver. I fuck with Nightcrawler. I don't really know much about them though, like that ship. I wish I did, but I don't really know much about them. But anyways, so he's walking past like the lounge, and he's like, don't watch that, here's a list of movies to actually watch. And then not only are these movies, he probably gives him a list of like music to listen to too, like AC/DC maybe, or like, I don't know, whatever the fuck he listens to. I know he listens to AC/DC. So AC/DC, whatever, he gives him like a list of like pop culture stuff to listen to, like to catch up on. So then like they're not really friends at this point, but they're more like they coexist because the two of them are always up at the same time. Tony has insomnia and Steve also has insomnia. Alright, so the two of them are always up at late nights, and in the late nights, and then like they always like, you know, they have their whole whatever, correct? And then slowly they become friends. Like they actually become friends, and Steve perhaps, so this is now, the scene now is Tony's workshop, right? Perhaps, and here's what I think that maybe Steve has some issues with his shield, correct? So he goes down to Tony's workshop where Tony is. He goes down to the workshop, Tony's workshop, and he's like, can you fix my shield? Or like, can you like enhance it? Like I heard that the people said that you know, you could enhance my shit. So he goes down and perhaps he starts working on his shield or whatever, and so he takes it as an excuse to hang out here. So now there's a new location unlocked. It's not just the common lounge, there's also the workshop. So he comes down and he's like, how, and he sees the state of the workshop. Perhaps like he has a lot of like coffee cups out, he like barely eats, you know. He notices that, Steve notices that like he doesn't really eat, he doesn't really like, you know, drink much of like anything other than coffee. So Steve is like, you gotta take care of yourself, and he starts bringing down, like every time he comes down to check up on his shield, he starts bringing like meals with him, like food, like proper food. New location unlocked. This Fujo dating game is crazy. So he comes down, and he starts like, you know, hey, what's up, blah blah blah, and they start like hanging out more. So now they're like kind of like friends. They're more like friends, right? And I would say even to the point of like, what was that? Like they're friends. Like they're not gonna say it, they're not gonna admit it, but they are friends, right? And so they're friends. They hang out a lot. They hang out in the workshop. They hang out like maybe they watch TV together. And then obviously they go on missions together too with the rest of the Avengers and everything. And they refuse to admit that they're friends. But then like, you know, that's what they are. They become friends. They start confiding in each other or whatever. Or like, you know, maybe one day like Tony has like a really bad like nightmare or like episode or something, and then Steve happens to be there. And he's like, what's wrong? And then Tony tells him, because he's like, who else do I have to tell? My only friends are like my chauffeur, Happy, and my like ex. Okay, at this point, like I'm gonna say they're exes, and my ex, Pepper Potts. So like it's just like, oh, you know, what the hell, blah blah blah, and then they're talking about it, and then Steve shares about his own PTSD too. He's like, oh, I've been in the ice, and now I feel like I don't have a place here in the future, and blah blah blah. And here again, once again, let me draw it out for you guys so it's super crystal clear. Okay, this is Steve and this is Tony. Steve is the man of the past, and Tony is the man of the future. Correct? Man of the past and man of the future. So he teaches him about the past, about the future. Tony teaches Steve about the future, and Steve teaches Tony about the past. And maybe even Steve tells him about his dad, because his dad wasn't there. So then he asked, maybe like Steve asked Tony about his dad, like, you know, hey, how was Howard? Like did he get, like, who did he marry? You know, how was my friend? Blah blah blah. And then Tony tells him, well, I don't really know. You probably know him better. Here's the thing. Here's also in fanon. So the reason why probably him and Howard don't get along very well is, number one, Howard started like being distant. He was distant, he was an alcoholic, he was you know, he was distant, he was an alcoholic, and he was like obsessed with finding Steve. Okay, let's say this. Howard was obsessed with finding Steve. I'm pretty sure that's canon. Pretty sure it's canon, I'm not sure. Like Howard would constantly lead expeditions to find Steve in the Arctic. Because he believed that Steve was still alive. So he wasn't there for his son because he was busy finding his friend Steve. And so Tony has some like resentment towards Steve for that, because he's like, you know, you're the reason that like my dad wasn't around that much, other than him like, you know, being like a businessman and a CEO or whatever. You took away more time from me than I could have had with him. And he always told me that I was a disappointment. Like to Tony, Howard was always like, oh, you're a disappointment and everything, blah blah blah, and like you're not even half the man that Steve to Rogers is. Basically comparing Tony to Steve, like a man that's not even there anymore to them. So Steve is like, what? Like I like Howard's not the kind of person, and like Tony's like, well, I think I would know my father better than you. You barely knew him. You knew him for like what, 1 month? Something like that. Right? Like it's like, ooh, and then they fight. Blah blah blah. And then they make up. Alright? So this is about like Avengers 1, right? So now Steve and Tony, they're closer. Like maybe even lovers now. Right? So they're close. Maybe they start dating. Maybe they don't start dating. Maybe it's like a friends with benefits kind of situation or whatever. Whatever you have you. There are many different flavors to this. Okay, there is the friends with benefits. There is the like they start pining, they start yearning, and they finally get together after like years of yearning. But one way or the other, they end up together, right? And then Civil War happens. And then Civil War happens. Right? And how Civil War starts is, so this is Tony, this is Steve. Okay, just to make it clear. This is Tony and this is Steve. So Civil War happens. And so what happens in Civil War? Let me think. I don't really remember like a lot of it, but basically the whole point of it is Steve fights Bucky, the Winter Soldier, right? He's like rah, like, you know, they get into a fight. There's like a gun. There's like, you know, the shield, and you're like pow 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 and everything. They start fighting, and then Bucky's mask falls off, like his mask. Oh no, that's his mask. Pretend that's his mask. His mask falls off, right? And then Steve is like, Bucky? Right, and then that's the whole thing. And so Steve, who had just begun letting go of his past, suddenly he has back a piece, like a really big important piece of his past back. And if you want extra angst, you could state that like they were lovers before. And that's why he couldn't let go of Bucky, because Bucky was his first love. Who's Bucky? Winter Soldier. So there's the extra angst. And so Tony's at home. He's like, where the hell is my boyfriend, bruh? While Steve begins obsessively searching for Bucky. He starts finding Bucky. You know, oh, okay. He's just trying to find Bucky. You know, he's like going on a chase around the world to find Bucky, and whole time Tony's at home. He's like, what the fuck, man? And perhaps they have been arguing more and more recently. You know, they have been arguing more and more recently. Tony and Steve maybe have been arguing more, and then Steve finds Bucky, and I would say he tells Tony, like he definitely tells Tony like, hey, I found Bucky, right? But then Tony would probably feel like, why are you trying to find your first love? Like, I mean, like, I get it. Like, he will be supportive, I feel like. He'll be supportive. He'll be like, yeah, I get it, I guess. Go find your long lost friend and like your ex. So he does, but then he stops, like, he doesn't like, he's not as responsive anymore to his texts or anything like that. And they start arguing even more because the whole like registration thing happens and all that, I think. And they're like split in half. I don't even remember what Civil War is about anymore. But anyways, so everything's happened, and then they end up breaking up. The two of them, they have a really messy breakup because of Bucky. Because Steve is like, I can't let Bucky go, and then Tony's like, well, do you want to choose between me and Bucky? Who do you choose? And blah blah blah. They break up, but then Tony learns about Bucky being brainwashed. So Tony learns about Bucky being brainwashed, and he wants to help. he's like, you know, he finds out that it's Hydra, like, you know, Hydra has been like, you know, weaseling into S.H.I.E.L.D. and like Hydra has been like controlling Bucky and everything and brainwashing Bucky. And so Tony's like, I'm gonna go help. Because the two of them, Steve and Bucky, they're going to confront like Helmut Zemo, right? Helmut Zemo, who orchestrated the whole like thing. Okay? Helmut Zemo's in here. Helmut Zemo. Right? So they're going to face off Helmut, and like they know that like Antonio was like, oh, like he's gonna kill the both of them or whatever. He wants them basically because of the Sokovia Accords. Yeah, sorry, the Sokovia Accords. I forgot about that. The whole okay, the Sokovia Accords is about like, okay, I remember now. Sokovia Accords was about like the Avengers having to report to like a government or like a governing body before they can do anything. And so Tony was, I believe, I can't remember, Tony was for it and then Steve was against it. So they were arguing about that. They were already arguing about that. So Helmut Zemo, his goal was to break apart the Avengers because the Sokovia Accords comes from Sokovia, which was in Age of Ultron. Right? And Sokovia was the island that like, you know, got leveled and everything and like tons of people died and blah blah blah. So anyways, like the Age of Ultron and the Sokovia Accords, and like, you know, they were arguing about it because Tony was for, because he feels guilty for, obviously he feels guilty for what happened in Age of Ultron because Ultron was what he created, right? With the help of Bruce and also like under the influence of the Scepter, but whatever, okay, on the Tesseract, okay? But that's a conversation for another time. And Steve was against, because he's like, we can't be the Avengers if we have to report to somebody, right? So then Bucky, so Tony, I forgot, like he was like, I'm gonna help the two of them, like, you know, I'm gonna set aside my jealousy and like my whatever, like my gripes with Steve and Bucky aside, and I'm gonna go help them. And that's where Helmut Zemo plays the video of Bucky killing Tony's parents. That's when Helmut Zemo plays the video of Bucky killing Tony's parents, and he's like, did you know? Like to Steve, he was like, did you know that he killed my parents? And he's like, yeah, I kinda knew. I forgot how he finds out, but he was like, Tony, I didn't, and he's like, did you know? Did you know? And Steve's like, yeah, I knew. Like, yes. And then like they start fighting. The three of them start fighting. Okay? So the three of them start fighting, blah blah blah, and then Steve almost kills Tony. Like he does like the two of them like 2v1. Okay, they jump his ass. To this day, I feel he actually knew about it during Winter Soldier. Yeah, he knew about it. So 2v1, the two of them team up on his ass, and it was just pretty unfair. Okay, could you imagine learning that? Could you imagine learning that your parents were murdered, and like the two people that were like the person was responsible for it was in front of you, and your supposed teammate, like that's like in canon, your supposed teammate knew about it and didn't tell you. You know, I would have been like, the fuck? I would have been pissed, okay? And then not only that, the two of you team up against me to beat my ass when I'm angry that you killed my parents. Tony was heartbroken. Exactly! He was heartbroken! He was heartbroken! He was heartbroken. Tony was for registration because he felt such power on the level of the Avengers and needed a leash because he was traumatized by the potential harm that their unchecked power could cause. Exactly! People don't get that! I get it! Like, I get it! People don't get it, but I do. The whole thing with like this whole thing was because Tony, like, I feel like people didn't even watch the first part of the movie of Civil War, because what happened in Civil War, alright, Civil War Part 1, the whole thing that happened with Civil War was that Tony was at some like convention or something, like he was at a university giving a talk, right? He was giving a talk and everything, and he was like, okay, thank you, bye-bye, you know, like, do well, like, you know, you guys are like you graduates are like our future, blah blah blah. I think he was at MIT, his alma mater. So then he leaves, he goes to the lift, right? And there's a lift here, and there's a woman there too, and she starts talking to him, and she's like, I forgot what they said, but they were like, basically they were like, oh, and then he was like, do I know you? And then she pulls out a picture of her son. She pulls out a picture of her son, and she says something like, you know, he could have been the future too. And he was like, oh, like, where's your son? And she goes, he was in Sokovia when you dropped an island on him. He was in Sokovia. My bright, beautiful, generous boy was in Sokovia volunteering. I think what she said was like, what she said specifically was something along the lines of, oh, when other people graduate, what do they do? They go to Las Vegas. They go to Vegas. They go to, you know, Maine. They go on trips. They go to Europe. But what did my son do? My son went to Sokovia to volunteer to build hospitals and schools there. Until you dropped a building on him. You and your legion of robots and your Avengers dropped a building on him and he died. Well, it's either a building or an island or whatever, right? So Tony, obviously, like, he's really affected by this, by the way. He is so affected by this because he's affected by this because she gives him the picture. She's like, you keep this, like, you know, like slapping against his chest. He's like, you keep this and you remember what you did. You killed my son. You and your Avengers killed my son. So then the whole topic of the Sokovia Accords, comes up, right? The Sokovia Accords comes up because, like, I forgot what, like some guy was like, hey, by the way, you guys, like, you need to answer to us now because. And I know that was an evil reason, like there was Hydra in it, like Hydra had a hand in it, but still, Sokovia Accords, they were like, hey, by the way, you gotta like answer to us, and you guys gotta like, you gotta do it because of the Sokovia Accords and like, you know, the movie, like blah blah blah, like what was that? Like, you know, you guys did lift the whole city and kill like a lot of people, by the way. So, you know, so when they're having the discussion, like it's at a conference table. Right, and this guy is evil too, obviously. He's like with the government or something, like this is like a world government or whatever, I don't fucking remember. But anyways, like the Avengers are there, right? And like Tony's like on a couch, like he's like here. Okay, I remember this. He's sitting on a couch and they're sitting at a conference table. And then alright. And then they're talking about it and everything, and Tony's not really saying anything. He's like really quiet. And so Natasha, I believe, was like, Tony, like, you want to say anything? You've been really quiet. That's not like you. And Tony goes, I agree. I agree with the Sokovia Accords. And the Vision, V, he also agrees with Tony. I mean, like, you know, Vision was Jarvis and everything, you know, that whole shebang. Tony's like, I agree with the Sokovia Accords. Because of what happened, like, you know, like he has a lot of guilt. He has a lot of guilt about what happened. The Sokovia Accords happened was because Scarlet Witch actually blew up a tower. Oh, I don't really remember that part. I mean, I remember that she blew up a whole tower and everything. Yeah. But I know that there was like this whole Sokovia Accords where like this whole city like boom, you know. So anyways, Tony, he was like, I agree, blah blah blah. And then when they're like, what the hell? Like, how could you agree to this? How could you agree to like the Sokovia Accords? He starts talking about her son. He's like, oh, do you guys know who he is? Blah blah blah. Like, oh, you know, we've dropped a fucking building on him. I remember. So anyways, like that whole thing happened, and so he was carrying out her picture, her son's picture, and he mentions her son to the rest of the Avengers, like, you know, we dropped the fucking building on him, blah blah blah, and everybody looks guilty. And then Steve is like, well, like, you know, things happen, right? And then they start arguing and blah blah blah. Anyways, going back to it, so they 2v1 him. They 2v1 him. And he's like laying dead, like not dead, like half dead and broken on like the bunker floor, and they leave together. Bucky and Steve, B plus S, they leave together. And here is where everything culminates in the ultimate thing that I love. This is a ship name. Listen. This is a ship name for Tony and Bucky! Yes! bet you guys didn't see that coming, huh? You didn't see that coming. Tony X Bucky. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. You guys didn't expect that, did you? You didn't expect that. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. Okay, so here's a line of things. Plot twist, plot twist, plot twist. I bet you guys didn't expect that. Plot twist. Okay? So, here is the line of, here's the timeline. Okay, here's the timeline. Right? Obviously, it goes all the way back to whenever Bucky killed Tony's parents, right? He killed his parents. That much is true. Iron Man's parents. Okay, let's IMP. Iron Man parents. Bucky kills Iron Man's parents. Correct? So this whole thing, okay, now where we are at right now after like post Civil War, where we're at is now the Avengers are split up. The Avengers are no longer friends. They're all like, you know, they've cracked open, they've split, they've gone their own ways. Tony is back on his own. Tony is back on his own. He's like all alone now. Alright? So going back. So now he's all on his own. Okay, this is prequel. Okay, this is the prequel. This is before everything. So that's like, that doesn't really count. So now where we are at is post Civil War, where Tony is on his own. He's the only one living in like, I think he sold Stark Tower or something, like Stark Tower is gone. And like the Avengers compound, because he made an Avengers compound. He built it. He built an Avengers compound, but now the Avengers compound where he lives is empty. It's just him and his best friend, Rhodey. Okay, him, Rhodey, and Vision. So the three of them are like, they're the besties, and then there's Pepper and there's Happy. They're living together in the Avengers compound, but it's just them. Everybody else went their own separate ways. Hawkeye went to his family, Natasha went to gallivant around the world, Steve and Bucky are together. Like physically, they're together, right? So, Tony's on his own. And let's go back to Bucky and Steve now. Bucky and Steve. Right, so now it's the like, I think 2015 or something, like 2015, right? So now they're both in the future. Steve and Bucky. And now Bucky is super traumatized. Right? Bucky is super traumatized. Vision also left with Steve's team to be Scarlet Witch. This is my fanfic universe. So in my fanfic universe, he stayed with Tony in the Avengers compound. Anyways, so Bucky is now like super traumatized, PTSD. Right? And Steve, he's still hurting from his breakup with Tony, but he's like, oh my god, I'm so happy to have you back, Bucky, you know, like you're my best friend, I'm still happy to have you back. And so perhaps out of desperation, Steve is like, oh Bucky, do you remember when we used to like, you know, we used to play together and like we used to do all these things together and like, you know, blah blah blah, we were friends. But Bucky cannot even remember that. He can't remember it because of his trauma, of the conditioning that he went through. He went through a lot of intense, like, he went through torture. He was tortured basically for like 70 years. For 70 years, he was tortured, constantly had his memory wiped. He's not gonna remember the 1940s. But Steve remembers, so Steve's like, oh, Bucky, do you remember when we did this, when we did that, when we did this, when we did that? Basically, trying to find a version of Bucky that doesn't exist anymore. Doesn't he, like, that version of Bucky that Steve so desperately wants back is a version of Bucky that doesn't exist anymore because he's dead. He's dead. Like, they tortured that out of him. Like, maybe deep down he's still there, but he's fundamentally a different person than he was in the 40s. He's a fundamentally different person. He's like a completely different person now. He has perhaps different likes, he has different hobbies, he has different habits and everything, right? He's no longer the Bucky that Steve knew. And so, like the two, like Bucky, obviously he tries his best to like accommodate Steve, but like there's obviously just some friction there where like, I'm not who you want, like, okay, Bucky is like, I'm not who you want me to be. And Steve is like, but you're my Bucky. you know. And Steve, at this point, like, let's say he's getting a little bit annoying. He's very, like, stubborn. He's very headstrong. He's very, like, Bucky. Like, he's very pushy, right? He doesn't really understand boundaries. And Bucky's like, holy shit, dude, I need my space. And also, I'm freaking out because I'm in the future now. I'm conscious in the future. I was tortured by Hydra for 70 years. I don't really even have an arm. Because in the, fight with Tony, the 2v1, wait, where is it? In the 2v1, Tony blasts off his arm. Like, he, like, literally, like, blasts off his arm. So now, Bucky's down an arm. Bucky's down an arm. He doesn't have an arm. He's like, man, fuck my life. And all that, right? And not only that, he feels really guilty for killing his friend. If you don't remember, Howard was also Bucky's friend. So he feels really guilty for killing Tony's parents and then almost killing Tony himself. Like, the two of them teaming up on Tony, 2 super soldiers against one 40-year-old man. By the way, he's 40 plus. He's 40 plus. Two super soldiers beating the shit out of a 40-year-old man, even though he's in an iron suit, is just ridiculous. So Bucky's feeling really guilty, right? And Tony's also feeling really guilty. Going back to this, okay? So Tony finds out that Bucky was brainwashed by Hydra. Okay? Tony finds out that Bucky was brainwashed by Hydra. At this point, he's like, oh, like, okay, I guess, like, I can kind of like rationalize that it wasn't really his fault. It wasn't really his fault because it wasn't even really him. And he knows how it's like to be tortured. Remember! The two of them can already relate because the two of them were tortured. Tony was waterboarded, he was tortured, he was in a cave. Bucky was tortured, he was like, he had his memory wiped. The two of them can already relate because they've both been traumatized. They've both been tortured, okay? Anyways, so then perhaps something or the other happens where the Avengers move back into the compound. The Avengers compound? Like, maybe some new law or some new threat comes, like, I would say probably Thanos. Some new threat comes along and they have to move back in. The Avengers, the Happy Bunch, they all move back into the compound, but they're no longer friends with Tony. Like, they're not on good terms with Tony anymore. Okay? So perhaps, like, and this manifests in the form of, like, well, we got the HANDCAM alright. Are you guys enjoying yourselves? Anyways, I don't give I care if you guys are enjoying yourselves, but I'm still gonna Fujo out. We can still do the bear bakery later, okay? Anyways, will Thanos join? No! Anyway, so the Avengers, the Happy Bunch, they're back in the Avengers compound. They're all back in the Avengers compound, but in the fanfics that I read, okay, here's some required reading for you guys. Go on to AO3. Go on to AO3 and search up this tag. This tag. Okay, not team cap friendly. I need to eat, but I enjoyed it while I could. Thanks for Fujo explaining. I'm gonna keep Fujo explaining. I hope you had a good sleep. So, not team cap friendly. What this tag means is it has to do with Civil War. Okay, you know how there's the Team Cap, there's Cap, and then there's Iron Man, right? So not team cap friendly basically means, like, they don't, like, not to say they don't like Team Cap, but their portrayals of Team Cap isn't that, like, nice. Basically, you have scenes where, like, Team Cap are like, oh, Tony is just so insufferable, he's so selfish, he's so annoying, he's blah blah blah. Basically disparaging Tony. In a Tony Stark centric fanfic, when this tag is there, you need to expect that Team Cap and Tony are no longer friends, and Team Cap will do everything they can to disparage Tony. And that's either shit talking, or there is you know, like, it's like either shit talking, or it's usually like, you know, Wanda, like Scarlet Witch, is being like, you know, I mean, I never trusted him, he killed my parents. And then Black Widow being like, yeah, like, I think he's stuck up, and he's like selfish, and he's like punishing us for something that he did, blah 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 blah, whatever. Captain America, Steve himself, is included in this. And the portrayal of Steve in these fics are usually like, you know, he's like overbearing. He's overbearing. He's you know, he's really like obnoxious. He's like overbearing, he's obnoxious, he's like, he refuses to respect boundaries. He's like, oh, but like, I'm doing, like, he's bullheaded. Stubborn. Right? This is like the portrayal of Captain America in these fics. Anyways, so they all move back into the Avengers compound with none other than Bucky himself. And Tony agrees to let Bucky move in. Okay? And in not Team Cap friendly fics, they usually guilt trip him into, the Avengers, Team Cap usually guilt trips Tony into letting Bucky stay. So anyways, all that aside, so Bucky, obviously, remember he's missing his arm. So Tony also remember that Tony built a program. Tony built a program to reprogram trauma. Basically, like, it was at the start of Civil War. It was at the start of Civil War. It's why he was giving this whole talk in the first place. When he was giving a talk about, like, oh, giving a demonstration of his like, oh, I use this to like revisit memories and like to try and like reprogram them or something. So Tony, hearing about Bucky still has like the trigger pages, right? Like trigger words, where like if somebody says them, then they can control Bucky. So Tony's like, okay, fine, like I agree to help you, like out of guilt or like whatever. Tony agrees to help Bucky deprogram the trigger words, and also agrees to build him an arm. And Tony's the only person in the Avengers, in the compound, that doesn't try to get close to Bucky. Let's say every other Avenger in like Team Cap, let's call them TC, in Team Cap, they're all like, quote unquote, they think they're close to him, so they try to get close to Bucky. And Bucky doesn't like that, he wants his space. Tony's the only person in the Avengers compound that doesn't try to get close to Bucky. And so by that nature, Tony is the one person that Bucky is intrigued by. Because he's like, well, number one, I killed his parents. Bucky killed his parents. And so he feels really guilty about that. And not only does he feel guilty about that, not Team Cap friendly fics, they're always disparaging him. They're always like, oh, Tony's an asshole, he's like a playboy, he's like, he doesn't care about anybody but himself. And then Bucky hears all this. And hold on. Choo! And Bucky's the only person out of the whole Avengers who hasn't one-on-one properly interacted with Tony. So he's listening to all this and he's like, how true can it be? Like, I've never interacted with him. Bucky's like, I've never interacted with Tony. I don't know what he's actually like. And also, I feel really guilty because I killed his parents. So anyways, Tony agrees to build Bucky a new arm. And so in order for Bucky for that new arm to happen, Bucky has to go to his workshop. Right? And like Tony like works on Bucky's arm, right? And obviously at first like it's probably really tense. We're like, okay, TB, it's probably really tense in the workshop because Tony's like, oh, like what the, you know, he killed my parents, remember? He killed my parents, and also he hasn't apologized. So this is where we deviate from the MCU. We've already deviated a long time ago, bro. Anyways, Tony and Bucky, they get along. They like start having to hang out because Tony's building Bucky the arm, right? Because Tony's building Bucky the arm, but they're not friends. They don't even talk really. It's just like Bucky shows up and then Tony's like, okay, I'm just gonna like measure you or whatever. Like I'm gonna like blah 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 blah. And then and then Bucky has like PTSD and everything, and Tony realizes this, and they can relate. Like Tony was like, oh, like I mean, they don't talk at this point yet, but Tony realizes that Bucky's more like him. The two of them are more alike than he realizes. That the two of them realizes. So, and then like I think it like Bucky starts visiting the workshop more. Sometimes he like asks like Tony or something like, can I stay here in the workshop? Sometimes when I need like a quiet place, because the Avengers are really overbearing. They're a lot, and Steve, let's remember Steve. And Steve keeps expecting me to be this person that I'm not. And I think the whole reason why Bucky would like interacting with Tony is because Tony is the only person who doesn't have expectations of Bucky. Tony doesn't have any like, you know, what was that? Tony doesn't think doesn't know like James Buchanan Barnes, like the guy that Bucky was before he was the Winter Soldier. He doesn't really care. To Tony, Bucky's just the guy who kills his parents. So, and Bucky also comes to realize that everything that Team Cap is saying about Tony is not true. Like, you know, they say like, oh, he only cares about like, he doesn't care about us, you know, he's selfish, he's this, he's that. And then Bucky is like, well, no, he's built you guys weapons multiple times and you guys don't even say thank you. You guys don't even say thank you. What's that about? So they get they you know, they start hanging out. Like, it's not really a hangout, it's more like Bucky's just there because he needs a quiet place to read or something. So he sits in the workshop, and so it's like a quiet place and everything, and you know, everything's fine. And then they probably start talking more. The two of them start talking more, and then Bucky says, hey, Bucky apologizes. And then Bucky apologizes. He says, hey, by the way, I'm sorry for killing your parents. I'm sorry for killing your parents, and I'm sorry that, like, me and Steve beat the shit out of you. Is T'Challa also part of your fanfic? No. He's, like, somewhere else. So Bucky apologizes to Tony, and Tony's like, well, I'm also sorry that, like, I kind of killed your arm. Like, I'm sorry I, like, I don't know, took away your arm and everything. And so now they start being friends. Let's say, now they start being friends. Wait, it's like, sorry. And now they start being friends. Now they start being friends. And that's how Tony and Bucky start. And I would say even like, it goes to the point of like Bucky would defend Tony against Team Cap. Because maybe Team Cap will be like, oh, like he's so rude, and he's so annoying, and he's so selfish, he's so this, he's so that. And then they're like, and then Bucky's like, well, he's not like that. And they'll be like, what? So yeah. I don't know what else I can say. And then along the way, sorry, I'm stretching. And then along the way, I love how how MCU lore is set up, you can rope Falcon and Rhodey into this. Technically, but I don't really care. Anyways, that's my tangent. That's my 2-hour-long tangent. That's my 2-hour-long tangent. I don't really remember what else I don't really know what else I can say. What else can I say? Yeah, so please look. Winter Iron. And then there's a final boss to all that too. In a realm where it is Team Cap friendly. Okay, because secretly I really like reading not Team Cap friendly because of the angst. With the whole angst of like Steve and Tony being exes, and then like Tony and Bucky getting together. I love that angst, and Steve is like the guy who's left behind. Steve, Bucky, Tony is a wild pairing. Yes, Steve, Bucky, Tony. Steve, Bucky, Tony. But Tony's in the middle. Tony's in the middle. He's the bottom in all this. Yes. So that's my lecture for today. What do you guys think? Okay, hold on. I need to go pee. I'll be right back. Also, go read Winter Iron fanfiction, okay? AO3. Also, one more thing, don't forget. Go to the filters. Alright. And then go, like there's a little like tab at the side. Go sort by kudos. Sort by kudos. Do that. I can't say Adora having a Fujo crash out about Marble Yaoi was on my bingo card for graduation week, but it was extremely entertaining. Hey, it's graduation week! This was BL fanfic all along? Yes, it was. It was my Fujo crash out. I'm Fujoing out. Anyways, what I'm saying is, I'm graduating. There's no point in me holding back. There's no point. So there's no point in me holding back, so I'm not gonna hold back. BRB. Also, Thiago, thank you for the super! I forgot to thank you. Alright, I'll be right back. I need to pee. Alright. Wait. Blah. Blah. Wait. Blah. Mister, thank you for the super. Hello. Thank you, thank you. I'm back. Anyways, that was my FUJOING lecture. Should we continue doing Bear Bakery or like just not? Because I don't know if I can finish it in time. I mean, we could try. We could try. Okay. Let's see. I forgot where we were at. Let's see. Oh, we gotta do the little bits. I remember now. We had to fold these little bits. Okay, let me see. It's these. Okay. We're still doing the bakery? I mean, if you guys don't want me to. I don't have to. But I'm not a quitter. I get the job done. Did you send a tweet though? I did. I just didn't tag her. I got the job done. Okay, this is so much easier to do with like these gloves because there's actually a grip on them. I want to see Adora as much as possible while we still can. That's true. That is true. But yeah, that's true. If Leo will never see that tweet, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I don't really expect anything anyway. Wait, this is kind of hard. Hold on. How am I gonna do this? Wait. This is really hard. It's very small. Like, if I want to do it, I have to do it with my bare hands. Hold on. I'll do it off screen. Okay. That's so much easier. Let's see. Bare hand, lol. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that yaoi lecture was like my magnum opus, you know? It's what I came in here to do. And I did it. And I did it. Know what I'm saying? The yaoi lectures drained her? Yeah, I did. Unironically, it drained me. Like, now I'm like, oh god. I want to sleep. I learned so much. I feel like we could have done the yaoi lecture after Bear Bakery. Well, it's done. What's done is done. Shit, I almost folded it in. I almost tore the paper. That's so sad. It's really tiny. Like, the bits are very tiny. But I'm done. Hold on. One small step for victory. You underestimate her passion for yaoi. Yeah, you underestimate my passion for yaoi. Now I'm like all tuckered out because I spent all my energy talking about yaoi. Never underestimate the power of a fujo, bruh. Hold on. Okay. Next up is the bread box. Let's take that out. Okay, maybe I'll just use one glove, and in the other hand, I'll use it to fold in the little bits and pieces, maybe? It's because you were so passionate about yaoi. Yep, and honestly, so happy you did. It was great seeing you Fujo out. Really? I mean, I know it's not really a point of interest for many of you, but if you liked it and like you enjoyed it, I'm happy to hear that. As long as you guys enjoyed it. I really have no, you know more about Marvel Yaoi than normal Marvel itself? I mean, probably. I'm a Fujo after all. Like, you guys think I'm joking when I say I'm a Fujo? Oh no, that shit is real. Let's see. I'll listen to it because I support you. Nice. Can tell your passion within you. It's always lovely to hear you talk about things you enjoy. Yay! Oh, you guys are too nice to me. Can you guys not be nice to me? You're too nice to me. How dare you guys. Hold on. It's very hard. Watching someone give a passionate speech about anything is always great, whether it's something we're interested into or... Oh god, sorry. Anyways, you didn't see that. Watching someone give such a passionate speech about anything is always great, whether it's something we are interested in or not. It's great because it's what you are and what you enjoy. Yay, thank you. I'm happy to hear that. You guys are too sweet to me. Stop it. Oh, Diago, thank you for the super! Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's see. I think I lost the glue. Did I lose the glue? Oh shit, dude. I gotta try finding it. Hold on. If I regret something, that is that I couldn't always tune into your streams. You're always so funny. Thank you! That means a lot. I think, like, being said that I'm funny is the highest form of compliment anybody can give me. Genuinely, the highest form of compliment. Wait, what the hell? This thing doesn't want to stick together. Being told you are funny is such an ego boost. Right? I love making people laugh. I'm a little jester, okay? I'm a little jester in court, ringing my little jester bells. You know, jingling along, being like hee hee ha ha, and then making people laugh. That's my, like, one thing. I love making people laugh, okay? I love making people laugh. That's the only thing I ever want. I always have to let people know because I know how awesome it feels. Yes. You are funny, thank you. The honesty you shine through makes you even more authentic. I'm so happy. I'm happy that you guys genuinely like it when I fujo out. Like, it means so much to me, genuinely. I'm not even kidding. It means so much to me. Like, holy shit, you guys like it? When I fujo out? No way! Hold on, I'm trying to find like a bit on the... There it is. I found the glue too, by the way. I'm trying to find something for the freaking thing. Let's see, what is it? B3, B2. Give me a second! Okay, I found it. Let's see. I gotta glue this shit together, bruh. Hell yeah, it's fun when you're passionate about what you're talking about. Yeah! I love it! You know, I think I can talk about it, but one of the things that I wanted to do in, one of the things I wanted to do as a VTuber and oh! Hold on. And in VOLs, the one thing that I really wanted to do that I mentioned it in my interview and like maybe even my audition and stuff like that was that I wanted to make video essays. Like that was like the video essays about niche topics specifically. I really wanted to do that. I really wanted to like make like hyper specific content about like fandom and like other stuff too, like things that I know and like I'm knowledgeable about that obviously I would do research for too, but I really wanted to do that you know when I was involved, but well, here we are. But maybe next time. I don't know, maybe like what would you guys do if I popped up as a what would you guys do if I popped up as a as a what was that? Video essayist. A commentary YouTuber. That would be so funny. Like let me see, who are some of my favorite video essayists? Yaoi situation is crazy, yeah. This yaoi situation is crazy. See the day one? Yeah! Hell yeah, boy! You gonna start a podcast for yaoi? Maybe. Don't play with me. I haven't even explained the Omegaverse to you guys yet, and I know you guys don't know much about that. I haven't even explained the Omegaverse yet, okay? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. And not only that, I could very well talk about the yaoi that I've read before and like the tropes in yaoi that we find. There are many different like common tropes, but there's the I think one of the really popular shit, dude. This is so hard. One of the really popular tropes is delinquent and student council president. So like the goody two shoes versus the Yankee. We should do a full-on yaoi stream. Yeah, I will. Maybe next time. Maybe next time I'll be happy. Maybe next time I'll win. Lady happy. I forgot the rest of the lyrics. But no, everybody loves a winner. So nobody loved me. Lady happy. Anyways. Okay. Hold on. Ah! Sorry. I'm not trying to show my hands on purpose. I swear. I swear I'm not trying to do it on purpose. But I like putting on the gloves really does take a while. And it's like a struggle, so I'm just gonna... Maybe next time I'll win. Lady Happy. Maybe I'll learn that song properly. I really want to sing, fuck. So nobody loved me. For the karaoke, yeah, for the karaoke. Why not? Is it a type of glue is finished? Yeah. Yeah, I need glue for it. Hold on. It's very hard. This one is really intricate because I need to glue like the plastic into it. I need to glue the plastic into the box thingy. Like I'll show you once I'm done, but it's very like intricate. Okay. Hold on. Don't lose it. No. Oh wait, no, it's here. T. Losing glue. No! Let me think. What songs do you guys want to hear at my karaoke, by the way? Do you guys have any, like... I want it to be silly. I want it to be a silly one. Like the karaoke, I mean, because obviously I think I'm gonna have a karaoke during my grad stream too, but it's gonna be like, you know, like it's gonna be sad and it's gonna be like sad songs and like I'm gonna be crying and stuff, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna be crying and like it's gonna be awful and like, you know, I'm gonna be like like, whoa, you know. What would Bucky sing for Tony? Whoa, that's a good question. Probably a 40s song. Like a 40s love song. And he would also call Bucky, he would call Tony doll. That's what I believe. Hold on, I cannot wait to finish this so that like I can show you guys the little things I did. Let me just... It's very intricate, so I'm using my bare hands. Unfortunately, I cannot show this on camera, like the assembling part, because it's very tedious and very small. So I'm just gonna like do it off screen and then I'll show you guys once I'm done. I'm gonna do a show and tell once I'm done. Was Steve call Tony Toots? No. He'll just call Tony Tony. Because he's not romantic like that. Okay. He's not romantic. Alright, hold on. Okay. Alright, I already finished the sign, so I just need to fold the paper box, I think. Let me see. Handkerchief? Oh! What? Oh, that's so cool. They even have a handkerchief. Naruhodo! This is a Yaoi and Berry Bakery stream. Exactly. It is, it is. I'm just FUJOING out, guys. Don't know what to tell you. As long as you guys like it. Let's see. Okay. Wait, I got it, I think. Holy shit, this is so hard. This is really tiny, by the way. These are like really small things. Alright, hold on. This isn't even really a hand cam anymore because you can't even see what's happening. Anyways, there we go. Alright, hold on. Honestly, it was a talk. Blast hearing you talk about yaoi. Yeah, really? You liked it? You promise? Do you pinky promise? Do you guys pinky promise, please? You pinky promise that you liked it? Don't lie to me. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Cross my heart. Good to know. Hold on. This is so hard to put together. I'm getting mad. Hold on, okay, I'm done with this small ass thing. Let's see, what's next? I'm kind of tired, I'll be real with you guys. That yaoi just drained me, like that yaoi drained me, man. I don't know. The passion was intense, thank you. If you want to call it, that's understandable. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty tired. Should I call it? I gotta work too. I just realized. So, sorry that I didn't do much of the Bear Bakery. I might try to do more of it, like sometime. So, yes, I will probably call it here. Thank you guys so much for, let me just transition to my screen, hold on. Thank you guys so much for coming! You know, I gotta rest, I'm tired. Like this drained the fuck out of me. That yaoi, talking about that, I'm happy that you guys enjoyed it actually. Like, I didn't expect you guys to enjoy it, but hey, a win's a win. I'm happy you guys did. I'm probably gonna rename this stream to Yaoi Lecture or something, like something like I'm FUJOING or something, because that's what happened. I FUJO'd out really hard. But one day I'll probably finish the bakery soon and I'll post a picture of it if I can't stream it. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope that you liked it. I got a lot of things to work on. I gotta record some stuff and I gotta work. I know. I want to keep going, but I can't. So, yeah. Let's see. Who do I raid into? Nobody that I know is live right now. I could raid into Maridin. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to call it that, but force of habit. Okay. Thank you for the stream, fun stream, Adora. TBH, I was mostly unable to catch the streams, but I enjoy the ones that I do. Rest well from the yap. I will. Thank you. Thank you for coming, and I hope that, you know, you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the supa. I am going to go to bed. But yes, thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So, okay, let's see. Wait, is nobody that I know live right now? Let me check. Let me just double check. I don't think anybody I know is live right now. But yeah, okay. I don't think anybody I know is live right now, so... Wait, no. Wait, I do know. Wait, no. I don't know. Wait, what? Hold on. Why can't I check my Adora account? Wait, what's going on? Some are live. Yeah, I'm trying to find somebody to raid into. Let's see. YouTube isn't really working for me though. Alright. Hold on. Suggestions? Alright, I'm gonna raid somebody else. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you had fun. I'm gonna go to bed. No, I'm not gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go work. Yes. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you enjoyed the Yaoi Lecture 101. Yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Wait. Wait, no, I'm indecisive. Who do I read? Okay, never mind. Good night. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye. ちょっと